the Moonee Valley meeting on Monday. This was the big race, the William Reid Stakes, and Redelva was very, very impressive.
Grandiose as they make the home turn. With Me has taken the lead now from Street Ruffian. Redelva joining in down the outside. Lightning Bend is under pressure as they come down past the 200. With Me is the leader. Redelva trying to get to it down the outside, and Mr. Till is finishing on very well. Redelva's put his head in front with 100 metres left to go. He's drawing clear. Mr. Till coming home well, but it's Redelva. Redelva's won it brilliantly. Close for second and third. With Me or Mr. Till.
Branch dropping out of it. Bow Rogue next on the rails, being followed by Grandiose. Nearing the turn, Street Ruffian joined by With Me. Here's Redelva coming round the outside, and Lightning Bend looking for the way clear, followed by Mr. Till. With Me first for home. Redelva under the whip coming at her, and they're followed by Mr. Till, and then Lightning Bend. With Me in front, and Redelva's tackling. With Me just in front of Redelva. Redelva takes the lead. Redelva's drawing away, and Redelva wins it by about a length and a half. Tight the miners. With Me and Mr. Till hit it together.
Redelva started at 13-4, Mr. Till at 30-1, and With Me.
Well, he looks like missing the new market because of the handicap. He'll get too much weight. He'll stay to the weight for age races. I wouldn't give With Me away. I thought it was a good run.
And did you spot Kingston Rule?
Oh, terrific run, wasn't it? I mean, he was tailed off. This is the Melbourne Cup horse. Tailed off early and charging home.
Very early win coming up for him, for sure.
Way to go yet. Well, outstanding galloper Superimposed showed he's set for a big autumn carnival with a brilliant win in today's Chester Manifold Stakes at Flemington. Having only his second outing since suffering a bleeding attack last spring, Superimposed simply toyed with his rivals for a comfortable victory.
Superimposed started 11-8 on favourite in the Chester Manifold Stakes. He settled perfectly and was never going to be beaten. Superimposed loomed up to take the lead though from Afghan Rebel. Coachman's Chill's fighting back, but Superimposed has kicked away from Coachman's Chill. A most impressive performance by Superimposed. He wins by 2. Coachman's Chill.
Rebel had gone to the lead, but Superimposed takes the lead soon after now. Superimposed drawing clear of Afghan Rebel. Century God battling along with Coachman's Chill, but Superimposed will canter home. Superimposed by over 2 lengths. Coachman's Chill battled on well to get second. Century God's run third. Afghan Rebel.
Superimposed getting the money, odds on at 11-8 on, well weighted and won it comfortably.
Good. We're about to find out how good. This is Triscay. First up at weight for age in Sydney yesterday at Randwick and the Apollo.
Wheeling the bend, 500 metres left to go, and Corkage is the leader, about a neck on Triscay the inside. A couple away to Whiskey George on the outside of a Little Kiss, and then a further break of 3 or 4 lengths away to Tiny's Finito. Magic Gleam hooking out to come down the centre. Triscay, though, had been taken to the lead by Dittman approaching the 200, and she put 2 or 3 lengths on Magic Gleam. A Little Kiss is next, and then Tiny's Finito labouring over, Strokes running on, but Triscay is clear at the 100. Magic Gleam is trying hard, but Triscay, the 3-year-old filly, makes a great return to the track, and Triscay beat Magic Gleam. Third over on the inside, a Little Kiss in front of Tiny's Finito.
Well, she's got a great record. 17 starts, 10 wins, 6 placings. They're going to set her for the Oaks, but Keith, I prefer her at a mile or even at a sprinting distance. I'm not sure she's a genuine stayer.
Yes, that time yesterday was only 4/10 outside a long-standing course record at Randwick. I'm a little like you, Bruce. I just doubt her staying abilities, but I tell you what, up to 2,000 metres, she's pretty good, isn't she?
She's got a touch of class. There's another filly that's pretty good in Sydney. Her name is Whisked, and I reckon this one can stay. She also was very impressive yesterday in the light fingers. This is for 3-year-old fillies, and Whisked was also first up like Triscay.
It's Country Garden by 3/4, Viva Regina second, third Settlers Cove on the fence, and then Quiet Queen. Zoa's to the outside, and 4 deep as Traveller, followed by Whiston. Twiglets back on the inside rail. Over the rise now, 300 to go. Country Garden now tackled by Viva Regina. 3 out is Zoa, and here's Whist down the centre of the track with a big run. Whist has gone to them and raced to the lead inside the last 150. Whist is in front of Viva Regina, Zoa and Quiet Queen, then Settlers Cove, but Whist. Oh, this is a tremendous return to the track for West, and she goes on to win by 3 lengths at the judge. Quiet Queen second, Viva Regina third.
Well, she was impressive. We saw her in Melbourne in the spring last year. Her performance in the 1,000 Guineas was good. How do you rate her with Triscay after that performance yesterday?
Well, that win was expected, 12-1 to 15-2. She's met Triscay on a couple of occasions. The results have seesawed, and I think that's the way the pattern will continue. The Oaks will be a fantastic performance, but I wonder why neither filly would be set for the Derby, because, in my opinion, although there's perhaps a wee doubt on the staying ability of Triscay, that they're superior to any colt in the land. I'd
agree. Fire Oak and Maiden won the Victoria Derby. I don't think Canny Ladd's a stayer, and Bureaucracy's not a stayer, so
no.
We're very short of a good 3-year-old colt stayer, aren't we?
Well, Jeff,
etc. are all operating on the Adelaide Million. We've got a combine of the prices, and it should be approximately what you're going to get on each tote. Right, let's look from the top. Number 1, Canonise, one of the David Hayes runners, is a 5-2 favourite. Stylish Regent at 9-2. Amuse Me, ridden by the Sydney jockey Kenny Russell, is at 10-1.
And they are away in the Adelaide Million, and one of the best away bundler, Stylish Echo, or on the outside Lady Echo at the top of the running now, and it's Dropped Me a Line, a narrow leader from Lovey getting up on the inside. Over on the outside of those, Burgundy Bouquet, wider out around the outside of those, joining in quickly now is Amuse Me with a solid run. They were followed further back behind that division then by Segusino, looking for room as Angel's Wings, and here's Canonise starting to wind up down to the 200-metre mark now. Amuse Me reached the lead from Burgundy Bouquet, but Canonise has got them. Canonise has fired away in the last 100, and it's Canonise. Canonise is going on to win this son of Don't Say Halo. He takes out the second running of the Adelaide Million and defeats the stablemate Stylish Regent in second placing. Third was another Don't Say Halo, I think. It's got third Angel's Wings, and below par a huge run. They were followed by Our Grey Hostess, Drop Me a Line. Amuse Me wasn't
Oaks is the feature race of the South Australian Jockey Club Summer Carnival. This year the Oaks attracted a quality field including the good filly from the west, Natasha.
The favourite Chavano Miss led them to the home turn by 2 lengths and is travelling sweetly. Second placing Shadows of Love to Salty. They're throwing everything at these. In behind them, Mannerism into the clear is starting to run on. She's 5 lengths off the leader. Into the strong headwind again down to the 250-metre mark. Chavano Mrs. Ryder took a peep across. 3 in front of Mannerism coming after now. In third placing Shadows of Love and then to Salty. Chavano Miss is getting tired. Mannerism might have her. Mannerism raced up to Chavano Miss. The crowd are going berserk. Mannerism's got her. Mannerism sweeps to the lead and she just hasn't quite run the trip, Chavano Miss. Mannerism a length and a quarter, Chavano Miss. Third's tight. Give it to Sasoldi just...
Coming off a win in the Group 2 CUNY Stakes, Mannerism showed that she was a much improved filly with her win in the Australasian Oaks. It was the second Group 1 success of the season for the Lee Freedman-Damien Oliver combination.
In the spring, it appeared that Canny Lad had failed to stay the journey in the VRC Derby. In the autumn, his connections had every reason to believe that the colt had returned to his best form following his brilliant first-up win.
Vane Rancher led at the 300 Rookaria. Canny Lad comes at them strongly on the outside with fluent stride. He goes out after Vane Rancher, and at the 200 has hit the front. He's pulled the whip now. Cassidy the answers brilliantly and dashes away from Vane Rancher. Meg's Ego. Draw card finishing well, but Canny Lad outclasses them and wins it by 3.5. He goes out after Vane Rancher, and at the 200 has hit the front. He's pulled the whip now. Cassidy the answers brilliantly and dashes away from Vane Rancher. Meg's Ego. Draw card finishing well, but Canny Lad outclasses and wins it by 3.5. Vane Rancher held on to second, Meg's Ego third. Draw card ran on.
Canny Lad was much too good at 6-4, and he looks set for an outside.
And another resuming was Planet Ruler, the Flemington record holder for the straight 6. Though Rogue made the pace, it was fast, it set a perfect stage for a contest, fitting such a star-studded lineup.
Still Though Rogue, 3 lengths ahead of Ark Regal. They're about to straighten up. 1.5 lengths into Beau George and Carl Diesel. At the head of the others then came Mr. Till, followed by Sydeston. Superimposes a long way back. 300 metres left to go. Beau Rogue about to be tackled by Ark Regal, who's running a big race. And they're nicely clear of Mr. Till, and down the outside is Planet Ruler from a long way back. Ark Regal has taken the lead with about 150 metres left to go from Beau Rogue, is battling on. Planet Ruler flying down the outside. Ark Regal being tackled by Planet Ruler. Planet Ruler level. Planet Ruler takes the lead. Planet Ruler. Planet Ruler's got up to beat Ark Regal.
Stakes.
Cold Diesel over on the rails, and Sydeston is next, but swung wide at the turn. Mr. Till with his run, and further back in the field is Superimposed. Beau Rogue led at the 300-metre mark. He's 2 lengths to Ark Regal, who looked to be going very well. 3 lengths away in the field. The Phantom getting up on the inside. Superimposed struggling on. Planet Ruler with a run. 150 out. Ark Regal hit the front from Beau Rogue. Planet Ruler and Superimposed. Planet Ruler's coming. Ark Regal stopping. Planet Ruler races up, grabs the lead, and Planet Ruler in a bobber has got up to beat Ark Regal. Beau Rogue has held on to third on the inside.
Yes, he's a very smart horse, Planet Ruler at 4s, and he's now been set for the Newmarket handicap after beating Ark Regal. And
Planet Ruler just got there, and suddenly the autumn has all sorts of riches to offer this 6-year-old.
Canny filly Triscay had shown during the spring that she too had a touch of class. Against her own sex in the autumn, she proved to be almost unbeatable. In the Group 1 Cadbury Australian Guineas, she challenged the colts
From state to state. St Jude is about a 9-2 chance. Centro at 8-1. Durbridge 16-1. He won the Sandown Guineas. Marine Drive at 40-1. My Eagle Eye, the Star New Zealander, a little easy in the market, around about 6-1. A little bit of money for him. Triscay, a hot pot, about a 5-4 chance, and draw card another.
Ball of the Cadbury Australian Guineas at Flemington.
Now they Charbon. Triscay drawn barrier 6. Lights on again. They're off this time to a great start, and Durbridge on the inside and Lord Charbon 2 of the first outer. Triscay got away very fast, and so also did Marine Driver. And going fast to head them off is St Jude. On settling down, 1400 to go, and St Jude has taken up the running about a length and a half clear. Direction got out very fast and is now a new leader as they come down the side. Direction in front, a length and a half. St Jude's Pacific Prince on the inside. And they were being followed then by the Strategist, a length and a half being eased back along the inside as Triscay. She's been passed by Trustrel over on the outside. Temperate King 2 lengths further back as Palace Guest over on the rails. And they're followed closely then by Draw Card, a length away as Count de Beers. They're followed after a gap in the field by Lord Charbon. Well back in the field at that point there is Centro. He's about third last, followed by My Eagle Eye. And Durbridge is last of all. They're racing up towards the 800 direction, the leader. By a length, the Strategist is second. Trustful is third. The outside of St Jude is getting a beautiful runner. Just in behind them is Pacific Prince, followed by Temperate King, and on the rails, Triscay and Count de Beers. And at the head of the others then making up some ground is Draw Card. Centro has pulled to the outside. Well back is Marine Drive, followed by Palace Guest and My Eagle Eye. They're homeward bound in the Guineas now in direction. About to be tackled by the Strategist, and Jude still on there on the inside. And wider on the track, Triscay is starting to unwind to run, and she's finishing on well. And down the outside from a long way back is Centro. But the filly, Triscay has taken the lead. And Triscay is the leader past the 250. She's nicely clear. Down the outside, Centro is running on solidly, but Triscay is the leader with about 150 left to go. She's a bonny filly. She's drawing right away from them. And she's got the Cadbury Australian Guineas all parcelled up. Triscay. Triscay wins it. My Eagle Eye was a great run second, and tight for third. Durbridge on the outside with Centro, and the Strategist close up, followed by St Jude. And then came Lord
Strategist. St Jude directly behind the leader, looking for the way clear, and then Triscay, Trustful just ahead of her on the outside, and further back in the field, Temperate King and Centro is wide out. The Strategist in direction with St Jude going for the rails. Triscay is closing at a good rate now at the 300, and Triscay swept to the front. She got a half a length in front of St Jude, who's trying very hard, and then a gap to Centro, and the Strategist. It's Triscay in front though, holding St Jude at bay. This bonny filly dashes away in the last 100. Triscay full of running, bolts in. Triscay wins it by about 3 eased up. My Eagle Eye has got up to run.
You've just seen one of the most authoritative wins ever recorded by a 3-year-old filly on the Australian turf. Bearing in mind that most of her opposition were colts, and she just walked past them at the 200-metre mark. Mick Dittman released the brakes shortly after that, and Triscay raced away to score a magnificent win. For owners Jeff and Beryl White, trainer Jack Denham and jockey Mick Dittman, this incredible winning sequence continues, and down to the line goes Triscay to win by 3.5 to 4 lengths.
Wins it by about 3 eased up. My Eagle Eye has got up to run second, a photo third, Durbridge and Centro from the...
Triscay, the first filly to win the race, and she did it in style. A knockout.
He thrived, and going into the Blamey, I would say definitely improved.
Set and away. Vogue, one of the best to bounce out. Better Loosen Up immediately snagged to the rear, and Vogue found the front running, got a length in front of Arc Regal. Kingston Rule settles down a length and a quarter away third, and then 2 lengths Better Loosen Up outside Cold Diesel. 1,300 to go, and Vogue goes out by about 4 lengths at this stage. Arc Regal is second, and 2.5 lengths Kingston Rule. 2 lengths then 2 Better Loosen Up, and last Cold Diesel. Vogue had gone further clear at the 1,100 now, and he's opened up a break of about 6 lengths, I'd say, over Arc Regal. About 2.5 or 3 then to Kingston Rule. 2 lengths 10 to Better Loosen Up, and Cold Diesel 4 lengths behind him. 900 left to go, and Vogue has lengthened the break. He's probably 8 lengths down to Arc Regal. Vogue in front of Arc Regal, and 4 lengths Kingston Rule. 2 lengths then to Better Loosen Up. Would have to be at least 12 lengths from the leader Vogue coming near to the turn. Cold Diesel getting further behind them. At the 600, and it's Vogue doing everything right at the 600-metre mark. He'll turn for home about 5 lengths in front. Arc Regal is second, 2 lengths Kingston Rule. Better Loosen Up easing to the outside, and then Cold Diesel. Cyril Small asked for something from the Rogue as they balance fully now. Had a look around, and he was 5 lengths in front of Arc Regal. Clark winding up. Better Loosen Up now runs to second. At the 300 now, and Small's gone for the whip. It's Vogue about 6 lengths in front of Better Loosen Up, giving chase, and then Kingston Rule. 200 left to go. Vogue's 3. Better Loosen Up is trying very hard, and he's inch by inch coming at Vogue. Vogue by 3/4 with 100 to go. Better Loosen Up's level. Better Loosen Up takes the lead and wins it by a neck to Vogue. What a race.
what a horse.
Now and Small's gone for the whip. It's Vogue about 6 lengths in front of Better Loosen Up, giving chase, and then Kingston Rule. 200 left to go. Vogue's 3. Better Loosen Up is trying very hard, and he's inch by inch coming at Vogue. Vogue by 3/4 with 100 to go. Better Loosen Up's level. Better Loosen Up takes the lead and wins it by a neck to Vogue. What a race.
The champ was back bigger and better.
Then third.
A great win, and he does belong in the champions bracket. Vogue certainly lost no admirers.
Finish between two great horses, and Better Loosen Up must now be rated one of the great champions of the last 10 years. His trainer David Hay.
Look, I think now that Better Loosen Up is maybe emerging as the best horse we've seen for a couple of decades, Bruce. I think we've underestimated this horse. He has won 4.2 million in prize money, but that's no longer a measure. I think his measure was beating the best in the world in the Japan Cup. And coming back at his very next start to win over 1,600 metres first up, that's a great horse's performance.
We come to race 7 at Flemington, the Lightning Stakes, a weight for age race. Group 1, $250,000 in prize money.
Triscay Walker, I hope his weight doesn't pull it down. Here's the prices: 7-2 Redelva, 9-2 Shaftesbury Avenue, 12 Grandiose, 7 Lightning Bend, 20 Medicine Kid, 4 Bureaucracy, 9-2 Paclani, 6.5 to 1 Rap.
Then behind the Bureaucracy, and a bit further back than his Medicine Kid, who got out quickly. And then came Wrap Around, followed by Shaftesbury Avenue and Grandiose. They race past the Lightning. They've got about 500 to run. Lightning Bender, about a half length to Redelva. A length back along the inside to Paclani, followed by Bureaucracy. Deeper on the track then is Wrap Around, Medicine Kid behind them. Burberry, Shaftesbury Avenue and Grandiose as they come down towards the 300. Lightning Bender's the leader, being tackled by Bureaucracy. Redelva is now under pressure. Wrap Around is down the outside, and Grandiose is finishing on pretty well. Lightning Bender's the leader. Now Bureaucracy's coming at Lightning Bend in the final stages. Lightning Bend on the inside, Bureaucracy, and flying home Shaftesbury Avenue. It's either Shaftesbury Avenue or Bureaucracy in a tight one, with Lightning Bend third. And they were followed by Wrap Around, Redelva weakened behind them. And further back then came Medicine.
A spine-tingling photo finish in the Lightning Stakes, and you've seen it live on Wide 6 and a photo for third.
Stakes. Jim Cassidy was seen at his brilliant best over the concluding stages.
And then Wrap Around and Shaftesbury Avenue without a lot of room from Grandiose. Still Lightning Bend in front of Bureaucracy, who's coming now. And Wrap Around is finishing quickly. Lightning Bend and Bureaucracy, Wrap Around and Grandiose. And Shaftesbury Avenue's flown. Shaftesbury Avenue flew in the last few metres of the race, and I think he's got up to beat Bureaucracy. And third a photo, Lightning Bender's there on the rails and Wrap Around.
Shaftesbury Avenue, having his first start at 1,000 metres and first up from a spell, gave Bart Cummings his 6th Lightning win and passed $1 million in prize money. And
Interesting to see what happens, but there does seem to be a little bit of bias here today with this track.
Oh, there certainly is, John. The place to be is out in the centre of the track. So if you see jockeys shying away from the rails, it's not that they don't know what they're doing, it's they do know what they're doing. So let's look at these prices on the Expressway Stakes, and you'll see a few shocks because of the track. Number 1, Petrillo, is at 11 to 1. Number 2, From the Planet, the horse John spoke of, is at 8 to 1. Procol Harum likes the wet, a little bit of a rat bag, but he likes the wet. He's 7 to 1. Liverstone Lane 9s, Magic Gleam shorter than you'd have expected at 6 to 1. A Little Kiss TAB number 6 showing $5.10, just over 4 to 1. Happy Sailing at 25, Just Trish at 40. All Archie, I've picked All Archie in a hard race, in from 7s to about...
For the Tyre Master Expressway. Stalls Fly off and running, and A Little Kiss on the outside, and Golden Step began very quickly, and so did Happy Sailing, followed by Ace K. Pushing through into a good spot as Alpine Queen, and From the Planet right behind them, and then Procol Harum, followed by Liverstone Lane, Garter King, and then Just Trish and Petrillo went straight back to be last at the 900 mark, and All Archie Crossing went to the lead by a length to Alpine Queen, then From the Planet, followed by Ace K at the 800 mark, a bit more than a length to A Little Kiss, and further back Magic Gleam on the fence, Liverstone Lane, followed by Happy Sailing, Golden Step losing ground, moving around it as Procol Harum, and then Just Trish and Petrillo, and Garter King is back at the tail as they come to the turn. About 400 out, Alpine Queen got up on the fence to join All Archie, and they're fairly flying as they come to the corner. From the Planet 2 lengths away in third place, being hard ridden, followed by Magic Gleam, Liverstone Lane, and then Ace K and Procol Harum into the straight again. All Archie got to the lead from Alpine Queen. They're clear clearer from the Planet, running on doggedly. Liverstone Lane is getting through near the fence at the 200 mark. All Archie just led. Liverstone Lane grabbing it down the outside. Petriro is coming after Liverstone Lane. Liverstone Lane in front. Petriro swamps him and got up to win. He's come from last, Petriro, to win the Expressway from Liverstone Lane, who looked all over a winner. Magic Gleam has run third, All Archie fourth, and Just Triss a good run. Then out enough to last on the turn into the straight, right out, dead set in the middle of the track, as most of the winners have been.
Petrero, $12.60 and $3.40. Second, number 4, Liverstone Lane, $3.60. And third, number 5, Magic Gleam, paying
a place in the St George. First up, Razor Rhythm's Blue Diamond Claim.
At the 200-metre mark now, and Clark sent Razor Rhythm away from them, and the filly shot 3 lengths in front. Perfect Draw getting the run, goes to second from Angel's Wings, and to take the road, but it's Razor Rhythm back to her best, scores brilliantly. Razor Rhythm by about 3 lengths to Perfect Draw, take the road third. Angel's Wings.
A brilliant return to form for Razor Rhythm, certain now to run favourite in next week's Blue Diamond.
And capturing the spotlight is the Oakley Plate, a time-honoured race run by the...
Round about 6 to 4. Alquaz at 12 to 1, Joanne at 6 to 4, 3 to 1, Storia, a good chance, drawn wide, but very impressive winning his last start. He's also from Perth, to be ridden by Greg Hall at 9 to 1. 50 to 1 Jungle Hero with me, surprisingly big odds at 12 to 1. A popular tip in the newspapers, but not so popular with the punters. Be Gone from the David Hayes stable at 9 to 1. Wrap Around, clearly second favourite, a David Hayes trained runner to be ridden by Michael Clark. Plenty of good money for Wrap Around at 5 to 1, and she's got a great chance. Paklani at 9 to 1.
They're racing in the Oakley Plate, and with me on the outside was the first to jump out from Street Ruffian, good old Ted Storia. Out very quickly also Sydeston going fast with Lucky Dapper, and they were being followed then. Moving up just in behind them, Joanne, and the further back in the field is Ben Barra King, followed by Carlgar and Town and Be Gone. And back over on the inside, Jungle Hero, followed next to last by Alquaz, and tailing out to last is Century God. Good old Ted has dashed away as they come up towards the home turn, 650 to go by 4 lengths to Street Ruffian. A length to Paklani. With me over on the inside of Sydeston there, followed by Plush Embassy. Then came Wrap Around. Joanne Centerfield's a long way off the lead, followed next at the head of the others by Begona. And over on the inside came Lucky Dapper as they make the home turn. Plush Embassy well back with Rare Chance as they straighten up. Good old Ted being tackled by Paklani in the centre. Down the outside, Street Ruffian with me getting a run through on the inside. And wider on the track than his Wrap Around, followed by Joanne. With me is dashed to the front with 100 metres left to go and looks set for victory in the Oakley Plate. Paklani is second, with me in front. And with me is much too good. Joanne flying home when the race is all over. With me wins it from Paklani. I think Joanne's run third ahead of Wrap Around. Close up behind them, Street Ruffian.
Straight now, and here's Paklani coming with a run. Coming with her is With Me, who's darted through on the inside. Knocked good old Ted over. Street Ruffian and then Wrap Around. But With Me's dashed through on the inside to head Paklani in the last 100. With Me from Paklani and Wrap Around. Joanne late, but it's With Me. With Me scores by a length and a. Paklani, I think, has run second. Joanne third and nose.
A brilliant win in record time.
Most punters gave With Me little chance of winning as she started from the extreme outside barrier. But Miracle Mel Johnson was seen at his best aboard the Bruce McLaughlin trained 3-year-old who took her earnings to $1.1 million.
I hope they're having a tremendous time. Let's go to the St George Stakes. Vogue, the hot favourite here, but he was disappointing.
Road given a breather coming up towards the 650, led by a length to Bahrain. A length and a half then to Savage Toss, followed by Kingston Rule, and Coachman's Chillers gaining some ground, followed by Barlandy. Sydeston last of all as they come around the home turn, 450 to go. Rogue only a half length to Bahrain, and Savage Toss is looming up on the outside of the picture with a good run. Kingston Rule is back behind them as they straighten up. Rogue is being tackled by Savage Toss at the top of the straighter, and the import Savage Toss is bounded up to take the lead from Rogue, is battling on. Sydeston coming with a great run down the outside, 150 left to go. Sydeston hit the front. Here's Kingston Rule down the outside. Rogue is beaten. Sydeston's in front. He's drawing away Sydeston, and Sydeston wins the St George by a length and a half. Savage Toss second. Ahead away third to Kingston.
Rogue, odds on, surprisingly, didn't use his early pace.
Past it, Savage Toss in front, but Sydeston goes to him soon after, dashes away. Sydeston showing brilliant first away from Savage Toss and Kingston Rule, and Sydeston wins it by 2 lengths. Savage Toss ahead away third, Kingston Rule.
So the Caulfield Cup winner back and how, and Vogue remains just short of $3 million in prize.
To the Chipping Norton Superimpose, he makes a very strong run from about the 600.
And Superimposes taking off now. There he is moving up as they come towards the turn. They're packing very sharply. Dr. Grace actually Superimposes whip past Dr. Grace as they come to the turn. And a little kisses last, but they're tightly bunched on the corner. Into the straight. Mr. Exclusive, Fill the Bill. Royal Creation, Superimpose on the extreme outside, but he's in overdrive now. And Superimposes raced up to head them at the 200 mark. Superimpose draws clear of Royal Creation, who's hanging on gamely. Dr. Grace is plugging away on the outside. Superimpose, though, about a neck in front. Royal Creation's making him stretch as they come to the line. Oh, he had a pretty hard gallop, Superimpose, but he gets there by about a half neck to Royal.
Running of the Caulfield Stakes in the spring, the mighty Superimpose returned in the autumn to win the Chester Manifold Stakes first up at Flemington. Lee Freedman then continued his campaign in Sydney.
And Superimposes raced up to head them at the 200 mark. Superimpose draws clear of Royal Creation, who's hanging on gamely. Dr. Grace is plugging away on the outside. Superimpose, though, about a neck in front. Royal Creation's making him stretch as they come to the line. Oh, he had a pretty hard gallop, Superimpose, but he gets there.
What do you make of him, Keith? He is a super horse some days, and other days he's just classy, isn't he?
Yes, he's a very good handicapper. He is better in Sydney. Lee Freedman this morning said he was more than likely to contest the Doncaster rather than the BMW.
Well, he's won 7 straight now, this 3-year-old. He's going to come to Sydney, isn't he, running the Rosehill Guineas?
Yes, that's probably be his next run. 7 on the trot in New Zealand. He absolutely annihilates the fields.
Known as the Dave O'Sullivan-trained Surface Paradise, won 4 Group 1 races in season 1991. A fact that no doubt assisted the respected mentor to claim the colt the best 3-year-old he has prepared. One of those Group 1 wins was at Weight for Age against Old...
At the 300 metres, Grey Invader and now Surface Paradise set down to it. Surface Paradise kicked along on the inside with a lighter weight led from Grey Invader, winding up Seraphic after the leaders, but Surface Paradise a big break going clear at the 200 metres. Far too good. Surface Paradise bolts in 4 to 5 lengths going to the post. Second was Seraphic, third Grey Invader just...
Let's go to Ellerslie. This is one of their glamour races for the year. This 3-year-old, he's very, very special. His name is Surface Paradise.
As they work past the 500, though, and Nicholas James by a length and a half. There's the favourite, Surface Paradise, angled off the fence, followed by Keeper. Grey Invaders coming into it, followed by Seraphic and Chuzura. Down they come, 300 left to go, and Great Invader and Surface Paradise, Seraphic. They're followed Mr. Brooker, and behind them to Chuzura. Castletown's riding up, but Surface Paradise at the 250, kick clear by 2.5 to Grey Invader. They're followed by Seraphic. It's all over at the 100. Surface Paradise, a hands and heels ride. Seraphic holding second, but Surface Paradise won it. Terrific second, third, dead set close. Grey Invader, Mr. Brooker, Grey Invader.
Well, there's some good horses in the race. He might be the best since Bone Crusher. Keith, he won the New Zealand Derby over 2,400. He then won his next start at 1,400, freshened up and won at 2,000. He's a super horse, isn't he?
Yes, he certainly is something special. The list of O'Sullivan names.
The Futurity Stakes yesterday. Redelva, what a wonderful horse he is. They bet 8 to 1.
600 metres out, still Redelva making play by a length and a half. Bureaucracy in the box leader. A length and a half, Arc Regal on the outside there of Stylish Century, and they're followed then over on the outside by Medicine Kid and Mr. Till and Platted Ruler last of all, about 5 lengths off the leaders. They come around the home turner. Redelva leads the field into the straight, about a length. Bureaucracy down the outside is running on well, and Planet Ruler getting up along the inside, and Stylish Century is deeper on the track. Redelva being tackled by Bureaucracy in the final stages. Redelva battling on courageously. He's still in front, Redelva. Bureaucracy can't get to him. Redelva's still the leader. Redelva will lead all the way. Redelva's won the Futurity brilliantly from Bureaucracy.
Fight it out. Redelva the inside won't give in. He's kicked away from Bureaucracy. Dittman trying to reach for the leader, but Redelva's still in front, and Redelva all the way from Bureaucracy. Third Planet...
The Futurity Stakes yesterday. Redelva, what a wonderful horse he is. They bet 8 to 1.
600 metres out, still Redelva making play by a length and a half. Bureaucracy in the box leader. A length and a half, Arc Regal on the outside there of Stylish Century, and they're followed then over on the outside by Medicine Kid and Mr. Till and Platted Ruler last of all, about 5 lengths off the leaders. They come around the home turner. Redelva leads the field into the straight, about a length. Bureaucracy down the outside is running on well, and Planet Ruler getting up along the inside, and Stylish Century is deeper on the track. Redelva being tackled by Bureaucracy in the final stages. Redelva battling on courageously. He's still in front, Redelva. Bureaucracy can't get to him. Redelva's still the leader. Redelva will lead all the way. Redelva's won the Futurity brilliantly from Bureaucracy. Planet Ruler
coming from last. The evergreen Redelva, too good for the 3-year-old Bureaucracy. Now the...
Redelva's victory in the Futurity Stakes took his stake winning to more than $1.5 million. The grand 7-year-old has won 20 of his 44 starts, and in his most recent wins has been ridden by the farmer from Camperdown, Neville Wilson.
Yes, I was a little bit worried just after we straightened when Bureaucracy come to me, but I found Penny the big horse. He drew away, he was too strong at the finish.
Did you know that it was Bureaucracy giving chase?
Yes, I thought it was Bureaucracy, and I thought, I wondered to myself where Planet Ruler was, but I couldn't see him.
Redelva has belied his modest pedigree to accumulate $1.6 million for his owners. The South Australian trained gelding will be back next season to try and win his 4th Group 1 event.
Your way, the Blue Diamond Stakes of 1991. A 2-year-old race. It carries $500,000 in prize money and has...
Two back if she wins. Here we go. Canonise is 11 to 1. Umatilla is at 20 to 1. Did He Do It, owned by the big Sydney book. Noble Answer at 33 to 1. Chief Headhunter at 11 to 2 to be ridden by Damien Oliver. He's one of the Lee Friedman horses. Brilliant last week in the blue. 6 to 1. The favourite, the David Hayes trained Razor Rhythm. Michael Clark's mount is at even money. Iris who has got a recent win over Razor Rhythm.
Racing. And the Chief Headhunter began quickly with Iris's and Razor Rhythm seemed to be slow. She's last settling into stride, the favourite. Through the first 100 metres now. Sleep Time Girl drove up on the outside and Noble Lancer, and there she was followed by Did He Do It, My Wanderer Star, Sentimental Ruler, and 6 lengths Western Cadence. Down the side they race now. Canonise trying to drive up on the inside and join Noble Lancer at the 600. Oh, once come down, Did He Do It has fallen. Did He Do It, and Lady Purpose got into trouble, has lost the rider. They come to the turn now. Canonise the inside and Noble Lancer. Irises and Chief Headhunter just behind them. Round the outside, Umatilla, then Razor Rhythm when they set sail for home. Canonise into the straight, just the leader from Noble Lancer. Down the outside, Umatilla is coming with her run with Iris's Chief Headhunter squeezing through now. It's Umatilla the outside going up with Chief Headhunter. Canonise fighting back. Canonise fighting back on the rails. Canonise in front of Umatilla. Canonise wins it. Canonise 3/4 Umatilla.
By a very bad fall. I'm not sure of the horses that fall. It fell rather. It could be Did He Do It, the horse that I backed, Lady Purpose, and possibly the favourite Razor Rhythm. But the stablemate of the favourite was Canonise, about an 11 to 1 chance on most totes.
On favourite Razor Rhythm slipped and missed the start. Her effort to run 4th was very good. But when you train a team as strong as David Hayes does, it's not all over in the first 200 metres.
After the first furlong, I just hung my head down, but by the time I looked up, Canonise was in front, so it was nice to have 2 good chances in a big race.
And for jockey Peter Hutchinson, a win in his first ride in the Blue Diamond, and he tipped a big future for Canonise.
I think on this win today he's going to be good and only going to be improved on it too. I think he's going to be better over more ground and as an older horse.
Well, Colin Hayes won it for the 3rd time last year, son David for the first time today.
This race, Triscay took her earnings to $1.1 million and earned a meeting with Canny Lad at Caulfield.
Round the bend, Big Colony joined by Triscay on the outside, and they've raced 3 lengths in front of My Eagle Eye. Then Durbridge on the outside. Canny Lad not in the hunters. Triscay went past the 200 under the whip from Clark. Drew 2 or 3 lengths in front. Durbridge running a big race in 2nd spot, followed by My Eagle Eye. But this grand filly, Triscay, is going to win it. And Triscay scores by 2 lengths to Durbridge. 3rd placing went to My Eagle Eye, and then the strategist 4th. Canny Lad next on the outside.
So compensation for Mike years ago.
Don't Jonah anyone, John. Don't put the mock on anyone. But let's have a look at the prices in the Carlyon Cup of 1991. They're starting to go into line down at Caulfield. Savage Toss is at 5 to 2. Remember, these dividends are approximate all over the country. Prince Salieri now to be ridden by Darren Gouch instead of Jimmy Cassidy as 3s. 7 Just a Dancer, 25 Star of Marquee, 12 Favoured Boy, 40 River's Edge. Johnny Russell's the caller. They've jumped.
Savage Toss is 5th, a length and a half to Baja, California. And at the head of the others then came Apothecary, followed by Prince Salieri, starting to gain ground. Savage Toss is under some pressure as they come up towards the 500-metre mark. Luis on Bijou is kicked away. And Luis on Bijou by 2 lengths in advance now. Prince Salieri running on in 2nd place, followed by Star of Marquee, River's Edge. Savage Toss under plenty of pressure as they straighten up. Luis on Bijou first into the straighter, about to be tackled by Prince Salieri, who's coming after him down the outside there, clear of Star of Marquee and Savage Toss behind them, River's Edge. Prince Salieri on the outside has hit the front past the 100 from Luis on Bijou, River's Edge, Star of Marquee, and back behind them Coachman's Chill, but it's Prince Salieri. And Prince Salieri is racing home to win it well. Prince Salieri's won it, about 2.5 lengths. Luis on Bijou. Favoured Boys come from last to get 3rd. Then Star of
Mark took the lead soon after from Luis on Bijou, and a gap in the field to River's Edge, but Prince Salieri's coming away for a good win, and Prince Salieri for Gaucho will score by 2 lengths to Luis on Bijou. Favoured Boy came from last to get 3rd. Then Star of Mark.
Prince Salieri racing in top form, won 3 in a row now. Savage Tosser flopped, the 7-4 favourite.
Well, he's into second favourite now, Keith, after this performance, and who knows, he may challenge Bold Promise for favouritism.
They're tightly packed in the run to the turn, 400 out, and Benelate leads into the straight over. Big Dreams in second place, Pockets third, and then So Closure, Red Poco, and right off the track, Beppa's Boy as they corner. Into the straight, Big Dreams immediately raced up to Benelate, and they're clear of Pockets running on, followed by Beppa's Boy, but Big Dreams shot clear with 100 to go, and it's all over bar the shouting, and Big Dreams is going to maintain his unbeaten record, and in 3 races so far, 3 winners to W. Harris. Big Dreams by nearly 4 lengths on the line to Pockets. Top Groom has run third.
Well, Brian Mayfield Smith has struggled a little as a trainer. He won the Golden Slipper in '87. He might have a Golden Slipper winner there in Big Dreams as we take a look at the market for the slipper.
Fine, Bruce. Bold Promise 2-1 favourite. Big Dream 6-1 second favourite. Cloudlet, and to use a racing cliche, Cloudlet is under a cloud with a colic problem. Razor Rhythm, Viennette, all on the third line there at 8-1.
And Canonise is into 10-1. We saw
right. Have you got some advice for Bruce in Brisbane?
No advice for Bruce. I think he's going. And Rick, I didn't really mean it actually. Canterbury Stakes. What a race that was yesterday with Show County and All Archie. Stride for stride, wasn't it exciting?
Yes, an exciting finish. The jockey on All Archie claimed that his saddle slipped a smidgen, and the trainer of Show County said there's more improvement, and this will be the horse's best season. So a great race yesterday, and more to come by the sounds of yesterday's reports.
And I reckon more to come for Zabeel in third placing. Let's take a look at the Canterbury Stakes. Watch the 2 go hammer and tongs in front, and watch Zabeel getting up on the fence.
All Archie, who pulled very hard, is just shading Show County. They're about 4 in front of From the Planet, followed by And Irish, Happy Sailing, and then Road to Glory and Zabeel. Heads a turn for home. All Archie on the outside, and Show County, they're about 3 in front of From the Planet, starting to run on, followed by Road to Glory. All Archie and Show County are having a 2-horse war. The whips are out, although Woods hands and heels on Show County. The little horse is fighting back. He's going to crack the million at last, Show County. Show County by a long head to All Archie. Zabeel has made up many lengths and might just get third in front of Road to Glory.
Well, Show County.
Okay, turning our attention to the Canterbury Guineas and the Kenny Calendars.
John, number 1 St Jude, the Queenslander Welling Commission, 5's into 9-2 now. Centro from Victoria, Lee Friedman trained. I've never seen him look better, Centro. He's been up here before. He looks a picture of health. He's about a 9-1 chance. 25-1 Lord Revenor, the New Zealander, already a group winner in Australia. 8-1 pre-record. 5-1 Stradmore, favourite on the tote.
Well, so does Centro. As they go down the riverside towards the 800 mark, and Be Happy led. Centro second, St Jude third, a length and a half to Stradmore and Cub Caper together. Further back pre-record at the head of the other Shot of Comfort, followed by All Mine. They're packing up now, and then Movil Peter being hurried along, followed by Hollyport Lass, Marine Drive. Well back Lord Revenor with Ebury and Somalia last. Up the hill, about 500 metres out. About 500 metres out, and Be Happy is joined by Centro on the outside. St Jude is tucked away on the fence. Stradmore's had every hope, although he'll have to go 4 deep on the corner. At the head of the others, pre-record, followed well back by Cup Caper, and then Shot of Comfort and All Mine as they turn the corner. It's Be Happy, Centro and St Jude. Stradmore can't go on at the moment, followed by Lord Revenor. St Jude hit the front, 150 out, and the little horse shot clear. St Jude has raced away from Be Happy, followed by Centro and Stradmore, but it's all St Jude in the last bit. He's careering away, and he wins the Guineas in a trot.
In winning his
Centro and St Jude. Stradmore can't go on at the moment, followed by Lord Revenor. St Jude hit the front, 150 out, and the little horse shot clear. St Jude has raced away from Be Happy, followed by Centro and Stradmore, but it's all St Jude in the last bit. He's careering away, and he wins the Guineas in a trot. St Jude beat the fast finishing Lord Revenor. Stradmore third, only plotted to the line, and then All Mine, Be Happy and Ebury, followed by Centro. Then Movil Peter,
St Jude was just far too good. He bolted away here, and he's left the others well in his wake. 2, 3, perhaps more lengths in front. Lord Revenor, he'll be suited by the AJC Derby of 2,400 metres in the blue and white, getting home along the rails. And as John said, Stradmore got a second wind to run third, just ahead of B.
11. First, St Jude paid $5.50 and $2.20. Second, number 3, Lord Revenor, $6. And third, number 11, Stradmore.
In winning his second Group 1 race, St Jude stamped himself as one of Australia's best 3-year-old colts in the Produce Stakes. Now it's up to Sydney, where the Magic Millions winner Bold Promise was trying to qualify for the Golden Slipper.
Skinner's the leader, but V&A and Bold Promise are about to pounce. Bold Promise looks to be travelling a lot better than V&A at the moment. Coming to the 200 mark, V&A, Bold Promise on the outside. Dye's got a shaker up now. V&A wants to hang in a bit under pressure, and Bold Promise gets the upper hand and is starting to draw clear in the last bit. V&A sticking on gamely, but Dye's giving this filly a very easy run to the line, and she wins by a length to V&A.
Shane Dye, who stood in for the injured Mick Dittman on Bold Promise, had an even easier ride in the Todman Slipper Stakes.
Tierce on the outside about to move to second, and then Delphinus and Guest in time. Dye had a look to the right, a look to the left as Tierce cruises up to them, and Tierce shot to the lead coming to the 200 mark, quickly put 2 lengths on Jim's Bet getting to second, and then Delphinus followed by Rory's Impulse and John Pilo. But here comes Tierce, one of the top Golden Slipper candidates, and he's going to make hacks of the opposition in the Todman. He won pulling up by 7 lengths on the line.
On the Golden Slipper, this is after yesterday. 7-4 Bold Promise, 13-2 Big Dreams had won the week before, then a Viennette Cloudlet Razor Rhythm. Gee, Tierce's big odds at 14s and Canonise at 10-1. So Keith, you want that 7-4?
No, I'd like the 14s each way Tierce at those odds. Cloud.
Far upset.
They sure are, John. Obviously superimposes the horse to beat. I'm not that silly, but he's at long odds on, and I thought Royal Creation was good value. I've had a couple of bucks on him. Here's the prices. Superimpose at the moment on the tote is a little bit similar to what the bookies are serving up. 2-1 on, very short odds, $1.50 for $1. Royal Creation about 6-1, slightly reasonable price. I thought I've got something on him. Castletown was scratched this morning. Dr. Grace pretty short on the tote, only about 15-4 now, which is 3 3/4 to 1.
Lowered, they'll be off and running. And a length last superimposed with Beedman biding his time. Now they're starting to pack up as they come down the side to the 600 mark. It's Waikiki, the leader. Strokes on the outside, having another shot at the New Zealand mare. Dr. Grace in 3rd place. He wants to drop the bid. He's being hard ridden now. And then Royal Creation Superimpose is starting to sneak up behind those leaders and fill the bill as last of the 6 as they turn for home. Superimpose goes 4 deep on the turn. He looks to be travelling comfortably as they straighten up. In the stretch, and Strokes put the head in front of Dr. Grace. Royal Creation not getting a lot of room. Beedman hasn't popped the question yet on Super. Now he does. And Superimpose on the outside raced up to hit the front at the 200 mark. Royal Creation getting through into 2nd place, but Superimpose quickly beat off Royal Creation. He wanted to duck in a bit, but he is striding away, and he adds to his magnificent record. Superimpose. He wants to turn. He looks to be travelling comfortably as they straighten up. In the stretch, and Strokes put the head in front of Dr. Grace. Royal Creation not getting a lot of room. Beedman hasn't popped the question yet on Super. Now he does, and Superimpose on the outside raced up to hit the front at the 200 mark. Royal Creation getting through into 2nd place, but Superimpose quickly beat off Royal Creation. He wanted to duck in a bit, but he is striding away, and he adds to his magnificent record. Superimpose.
2 and 4, an effortless win to Superimpose, paid $1.60 and $1.20. Second, number 2, Royal Creation, a dividend of $2, and insufficient runners in that race for Dr.
We really knew he had champion qualities because the night before he wouldn't have been able to race. He was still under treatment, getting his foot bathed, and we couldn't get a shoe on the foot. And the next morning he appeared to be a lot better, and we got the farrier around early and put a plate on him and we sprinted him up a furlong to know what we were doing, and Scott reported that the horse felt very good, and we fitted a plate to the horse with a bit of padding under it, and sent him up for the Rambit. And of course he jumped out, and after he'd gone about 200 metres, the specially fitted plate flew off his foot, and he ran around barefoot, and I think broke the race record and won by 2 or 3 lengths. So, you know, he had amazing ability to overcome setbacks, which he'd been able to do all his life.
Newmarket and have a look at the race. Great race, the big sprint in Australia. Since the introduction of metric weights in 1973, no horse has won Australia's greatest sprint with more than 56.5. The last horse to carry more weight than Shaftesbury Avenue to victory was Gold Stakes 32 years ago. Shaftesbury Avenue shared top weight with the mighty Planet Ruler, with another superb sprinter, Redelva, having just a half a kilogram less on 57.5. The favourite was the brilliant Sydney mare Joanne.
I reckon Maxie Walker would look good doing that. Let's get back to the Newmarket. Number 1, Planet Ruler, is at 7-1. Shaftesbury Avenue been very well backed, and about 4-1 on most totes. Redelva at 7-1. Grandiose at 8-1. Medicine Kid at 33. Alquaz 14. Joanne at 3-1. A bit shorter on the New South Wales tab. Not as good a price in New South Wales.
Waiting for the line. And showing speed, Medicine Kid towards the outside with Plush Embassy and Rare Chance on settling down. And the Fount going very fast is one of the leaders here with Redelva. And they were being followed by Shaftesbury Avenue over on the inside, followed by Rechabot. And Joanne is up in that leading group, and she was being followed next by Rare Chance. And just in behind them is a Medicine Kid, followed closely over towards the outside, Plush Embassy, and a fair way back in the field, Premier Copper and Planet Ruler. Onto the course proper, they race now in the Fount, joined by Redelva in the leader. Close in behind them is Joanne, followed closely by Alquaz, is running a forward race, and Shaftesbury Avenue on the inside is looking for a runner. Rechabot behind them, Grandiose, Century God, Rare Chance behind them, Storay's a long way out of his grounder. Planet Ruler's a long way back as they race down with 250 to go. Redelva's taken the leader. Joanna's coming after Redelva, and here's Shaftesbury Avenue on the inside, flying home. Shaftesbury Avenue on the inside has taken the lead with about 100 metres left to go. Redelva fighting back on the inside. Shaftesbury Avenue in front of Redelva in the final stages. Century God down the outside. Shaftesbury Avenue will win the Newmarket. Shaftesbury Avenue a long neck Redelva. Century God has run third, followed by Planet Ruler, Premier Copper, Plush Embassy, Joanne followed.
Century God flashing down the outside. But a great win to Shaftesbury Avenue and a lucky late ride for Darren Gauci when Jim Cassidy had that fall at Caulfield last.
Injury prevented Jim Cassidy from riding Shaftesbury Avenue in the Newmarket Handicap. However, Darren Gauci proved to be more than a capable replacement.
At the 300, Redelva under the whip in front from Shaftesbury Avenue coming up on the rails, and then Joanne followed by Alquaz and Grandiose, but Shaftesbury Avenue got to Redelva with 150 metres to go. Redelva fights back, they've got it to themselves. Century God with a late run at Shaftesbury Avenue in front. Shaftesbury Avenue by ahead as they near the line. Shaftesbury Avenue won it by a long head, Redelva. Century God flew home to get third.
A great effort.
Run third.
Shaftesbury Avenue's victory completed a unique treble, the Honda, the Lightning and the Newmarket in the one season. And it was the 8th Newmarket victory for the remarkable Bart Cummings.
Darren Canny, race 5.
Irish Brilliant Tysola with Mannerism coming at the trio. Burberry led at the 200-metre mark, but Mannerism's coming home the better. Mannerism takes the lead, draws away from Burberry and then Tysola. It's all Mannerism in the run home. Mannerism draws away for Oliver and scores by 3 lengths a photo the miners, Burberry and Tysola, nothing but...
Mannerism, a very smart filly, has won 6 out of 10. Lycra played up in the gates and was a late scratching.
Australian Cup, there was a lot of money for Vo Rogue. He was expected to run well. We picked the race up at the start. You'll see the lead that Vo Rogue establishes. Then we go to the home turn. You've never seen a horse travelling better than Better Loosen Up was.
And they're racing. Away they go, and Vo Rogue hunted away from the barrier, bounced out in front and landed 3 lengths in front on settling down now from Prince Salieri. A length further back, Better Loosen Up. Clark's not going to get too far back. He's gone up third on the outside of Prince Salieri, and Vo Rogue goes out about 6 or 7 in front of Better Loosen Up on the outside of Prince Salieri. A length and a half, Sydeston on the outside of him. Barlandy, and back on the rail is Just a Dancer. At the 1600-metre mark, and Small gave Vo his head, and Vo Rogue went out about 8 or 9, 10 lengths in front now of Barlandy, the bolter, going up second. 2 lengths further back, then Better Loosen Up, a length and a half to Prince Salieri, followed by Sydeston at the 1400-metre mark, and Just a Dancer back on the rail. Vo Rogue with a huge break going towards Chiquita Lodge at the 1300-metre mark. It's Vo Rogue by 12 lengths. Vo Rogue at the 550-metre mark. High on the inside, Small gave him a crack with a whip. Clark looked confident on Better Loosen Up, raced up and grabbed him. Clark looked again. Then Prince Salieri followed by Sydeston as they race to the 300-metre mark, and he shakes up Better Loosen Up, and away he goes. This grand horse, he races away 2 in front of Prince Salieri. Then Vo Rogue, who's gone from Sydeston, but the mighty Better Loosen Up is drawing clear. Oh, he must be one of the best in the world, Better Loosen Up. Look at him go over the last 100 metres. A magnificent victory. Better Loosen Up drives to the line by 5 lengths. Second, Vo Rogue ahead away. Third, Prince Salieri.
And it's Vo Rogue first into the straight. Better Loosen Up, poised for his run at the 500-metre mark. Clark had a look around. 2 lengths, Prince Salieri third. Then Sydeston below the 400. Vo Rogue in front, 3/4. Better Loosen Up cantering on the outside. Then Prince Salieri, but Better Loosen Up gave Vo Rogue the go by. The champion straight away. 3 lengths in front, passing the 200 from Vo Rogue and Prince Salieri. This is a champion. Better Loosen Up going 5 lengths in front of Vo Rogue and Prince Salieri. Better Loosen Up, hail the new champ, 6 lengths. He's for his run at the 500 metre mark. Clark had a look around, 2 lengths Prince Delieri third, then Sydeston below the 400, Vogue in front, 3/4, Better Loosen Up, cantering on the outside, then Prince Delieri, but Better Loosen Up gave Vogue the go by. The champion straight away, 3 lengths in front, passing the 200 from Vogue and Prince Delieri. This is a champion. Better Loosen Up going 5 lengths in front of Vogue and Prince Delieri. Better Loosen Up, hail the new champ, 6 lengths.
Better Loosen Up has now won 7 in a row and hasn't been defeated on firm ground in the past 12 months. It was such an authoritative victory, David Hayes believes he's almost invincible. In the run today, he had just one minor worry.
My only query was when Vogue came back to them so quickly that we might be left in front, and he's such a loafer that Michael had to go to the front because he was going so easy. The horse took him to the front.
Better Loosen Up has now banked in excess of $4.6 million, and there's more to come in Sydney.
At last, Better Loosen Up had delivered his knockout punch. It was as if he'd decided to show the world just how brilliant he could be. The people of...
It was just so exciting. Since I've been in Melbourne, the only other horses I've seen accelerate like that were Red Anchor in the Derby in '84 and Rubiton in the Underwood Stakes in '87. But this horse sustained that speed for such a long time.
And it was quite out of character.
Loosen Up at his absolute top. And Keith Hillier, after the race, everybody started to compare this horse with the greats of the past. Farlap was even mentioned at one stage. Tulloch was talked about in Kingston Town. Where do we put him? Where does he sit right now?
Well, before the race, sadly, I put Sydeston, and I think you just put him up there with the best, Bruce. He's had 7 or 8 successive wins now. He's won internationally, something that most of the others didn't do. I think he's the best since Tulloch in my mind. I think I rate him better than Kingston Town and Dulcify and some of the great horses of the past 2 or 3 decades.
Okay, William.
With his career earnings standing at nearly $5 million, Better Loosen Up headed to Sydney for the $1 million BMW. His clash with the outstanding Superimpose was billed as the race of the season. Then, fate delivered a cruel blow.
He just stumbled and bowed that tendon, and we got it. I was, quite obviously bowed his tendon, and the scan confirmed that, and it was probably the worst day in my short training career's life anyway.
Those closely associated with Better Loosen Up believed that his best racing days were ahead of him. An awesome thought when you consider his outstanding achievements to date.
Says Dulcify was the best 3-year-old he's had anything to do with and probably he's seen. I think but Dad concedes as a 4- and 5-year-old this horse's record is as good, or if not on his day superior. To have a horse that you could even compare with Dulcify or could be even compared with Kingston Town, it's pretty good. So, I'm proud of the horse, and I just hope he can come back and show us all what he can do again.
Stanley at 11 to 1. A good horse. Let's go to the Alistair Clark Stakes. $500,000 race. Hot pot favourite Triscay.
Kenny Ladder's commencing a move, and they're followed by Sir Musketeer, followed by Big Durbridge and the Strategist. They're racing up to the 600-metre mark now, and Slalom King is being tackled quickly over on the outside by Durbridge, who shot to the front. Here comes Triscay into the picture with a big run, followed by Norman Invasion, and deeper on the track is Kenny Ladder. Up towards the 400-metre mark, Durbridge tackled by Triscay, the centre. Deeper on the track is Kenny Ladder as they round the home turn, a length and a half to Big Dermot, followed by the Strategist. Round the turn, 300 metres left to go. Durbridge a half length to Triscay, who's trying to get to it. They're out by 2 lengths to Kenny Ladd, followed further back then by Big Dermot, but Durbridge is still in front. He's holding Triscay at the moment, halfway down the running. Durbridge is the leader. He's nicely clear. Triscay can't get to Durbridge. Durbridge is too good. Durbridge has won the Alistair Clark Crown Lager Stakes by a length and a half to Triscay. 3 lengths away, third Big Dermot, followed by the Strategist and Kenny Ladd.
Pressure dropping out a race in 2 round the turn. Durbridge led by a neck. Triscay is flat to the boards. 3 lengths away is Canny Lad. Durbridge kicked away from Triscay. Durbridge in front of Triscay and holding the filly. And Durbridge is going on to win the Alistair Clark. Durbridge wins by 2 lengths to Triscay. Third placing went to Big Dermot.
Durbridge has now been set for the AJC Derby on Saturday week. Triscay must be a query at the distance.
Kenny Ladd's future?
Well, his plans were to be short-lived anyway before a stud career, Bruce. I think the fact that he pulled up sore will even short.
Races, including the Group 1 Lightning and Futurity Stakes. The classy colt was rewarded for his consistency in the Sydney Turf Club's premier sprint, the George Ryder Stakes.
In the straight, the 3-year-old Bureaucracy has raced up to head Stylish Century. Bureaucracy takes the lead, coming to the 200 mark. They're well clear of pre-record, followed by Bassie's Pride and then Mr. Tierce and Comrade, but Bureaucracy shot clear. Bureaucracy has got it one. He's dashed about 3 in front of Stylish Century. Comrade is getting home well in the last bit, but Bureaucracy wins the George Rider. 3-year-old Bureaucracy has raced up to head Stylish Century. Bureaucracy takes the lead, coming to the 200 mark. They're well clear of pre-record, followed by Bassie's Pride and then Mr. Tierce and Comrade, but Bureaucracy shot clear. Bureaucracy has got it one. He's dashed about 3 in front of Stylish Century. Comrade is getting home well in the last bit, but Bureaucracy wins the George Rider. Comrade second.
The Jack Denham trained 3-year-old finally back in the winner's circle after 3.
Prices on the Rosehill Guineas very quickly. St Jude is at 2 to 1. Surfers Paradise favourite $2.30, just less than 11 to 8. 12 Centro, 12's Lord Revener. The only other one in the market is Stradmore down here at 8 to 1. They're about to jump in the Guineas at 91.
100 metres mark, and Surfers Paradise is race clear, led by 2 lengths on Mountain Rule. In 3rd place on the outside, Marine Drive. St Jude is bottled up on the fence, 4th, followed by Centro, by Count de Beers and Dodecanese as they turn for home in the Guineas. Surfers Paradise first into the straight over Mountain Rule. There's a run between them for St Jude if he's good enough, and then Centro, followed by Marine Drive and King Rautai as they come to the 200 where Surfers Paradise is the leader. St Jude's coming at him now. St Jude has ranged up to Surfers Paradise. They've come away from Centro. This New Zealander's got a great big heart. He won't give up. He's fighting back. He is all racehorse Surfers Paradise. Oh, he's good. Surfers Paradise has raced away again to beat St Jude. A magnificent Guineas win. Surfers Paradise is the leader. St Jude's coming at him now. St Jude has ranged up to Surfers Paradise. They've come away from Centro. This New Zealander's got a great big heart. He won't give up. He's fighting back. He is all racehorse Surfers Paradise. Oh, he's good. Surfers Paradise has raced away again to beat St Jude. A magnificent Guineas win. Away again to beat St Jude. A magnificent Guineas win. Magnificent Guineas win. 3rd is Centro, then Lord Revener, Mountain Rule, followed by Marine Drive. Further back, Count de Beers at the head of the others.
Surfers Paradise has won 10 of his 11 starts, and he's got a firm grip on favouritism for the AJC Derby.
Surfers Paradise lived up to his reputation, running the last 600 metres of the Guineas in the sensational time of 33 points. Reverse way of going wouldn't affect his Derby chances in winning the Tulloch Stakes.
Into the straight, Be Happy, tackled by Phantom's Hero, then Blazing Anchor. Durbridge is looking for room between horses. Dereco still there. He got squeezed out. Dereco at the head of the others. Somalia to the 200 mark, and bursting through near the fence, Siegfried has hit the front. Siegfried has come from nowhere. He got to the lead, but here's Durbridge now. Durbridge, after being held up for a run, saw daylight. He put paid to Siegfried in one stride, and he's racing away to win it easily. He's too good, Durbridge. A great win in the Tulloch. Siegfried
certainly looks like a Morris Minor with a Rolls-Royce engine.
Yes, John, she's only a little lady, but the punters have rallied to her. She's the shortest priced slipper favourite for a quarter of a century. If you backed her on the prices. Number 1, Big Dreams. He loosened 2 plates early before he went out onto the track, but he went out very composed, and Wayne Harris took his time getting the big colt round to the start. He's at 7 to 1. Canonise from South Australia from the David Hay stable is at 20 to 1. Tierce, we better make him about 9 to 2. He's showing $5.80 for each dollar invested, 4.8 to 1, just over 4.5 to 1. 30 to 1 Umati at 40 to 1. Bold Promise, a clear-cut favourite. Yours for theirs. Even money, $2 even for each dollar invested. Razor Rhythm firming a little now. The main gun from the David Hayes stable, I should say. Force of Habit there to be ridden by the stable's number 1 rider, Michael Clark. Razor Rhythm is at 11 to 1.
The rider's not happy, but they're off in the slipper. Bold Promise missed the kick. Bold Promise is a clear last out of the starting gate. Saumani began brilliantly, and so did Cloud-led Vionnet and Chief Headhunter going very fast soon after the start. Big Dream by Tierce, who's hard-ridden at the head of the others. Chief Headhunter, Jester Royale, can't get on the track. Bold Promise midfield on the fence, and she'll need luck to get through that bunch of horses. Further back is Umatilla, followed by Did He Do It, but heads a turn for home in the slipper, and Vionnet is clear. Vionnet by more than a length to Cloudlet, followed by Canonise, and then Razor Rhythm. Tierce starting to wind up at the head of the others. Big Dreams and Bold Promise not doing enough. Vionnet still in front. Canonise and Tierce. Big Dreams can't reach them. Vionnet tackled by Tierce and Canonise. It's another one for Shane Dye. Tierce wins the slipper. Tierce beat Canonise. 3rd Big Dreams, 4th and a length to Cloudlet, followed by Canonise, and then Razor Rhythm. Tierce starting to wind up at the head of the others. Big Dreams and Bold Promise not doing enough. Vionnet still in front. Canonise and Tierce. Big Dreams can't reach them. Vionnet tackled by Tierce and Canonise. It's That's another one for Shane Dye. Tierce wins the slipper. Tierce beat Canonise. Third, Big Dreams. Fourth.
Bold Promise unplaced 10-9 on. New race record by Tierce. Bold Promise unplaced 10-9 on.
Big Dreams. Fourth, Beyond.
Both Tierce and Shane Dye showed their tremendous will to win over the concluding stages of the Golden Slipper. It was Dye's third successive victory in the event, and the biggest career win for Warwick farm trainer Clary Connors. However, celebrations temporarily turned sour as Tierce returned a positive swab and an inquiry was opened.
Leading up to the Golden... At the inquiry, AJC stewards acknowledged that the prohibited substance was of only relatively minor significance and allowed Tierce to remain the winner of the Golden Slipper. They did...
Out of the archives too, Mr. K. Sutcliffe. I can't think of a better place to be than the sunny side of the street, and that's where Kenny Calendar is right now, because picking big race winners weeks before the event is quite an art. The secret is not to be swayed by the coat pullers in the week or 10 days leading up to the race. But Ken's been a Tierce fan all along, and he stuck fast and most emphatically. Good on you, Ken.
About time, eh, Johnny? You're only as good as your last winner. Let's hope the next one's just as good. Her name is Ice Cream Sunday. She's about a 5-to-1 chance, and she's got a super hope. The two favourites in the betting ring are stablemates. TAB number 1, Ricochet Rosie, and TAB number 9, Painted Blue. Let's look at the prices. On the tote, Ricochet Rosie is paying $3.90, almost 3-to-1. She's been well backed in the ring. They bet better odds than that halfway through betting. Just Trish is at 9-to-1, 20's Quicksilver Cindy, 5-to-1 My Pick, Go Girl, Ice Cream Sunday. As Johnny Tapp usually says, she'll take a lot of licking. 16-to-1 Happy Sailing, 6-to-1 Twiglet, 9...
The field in the Queen of the Turf Stakes, big field. Lights flashing on top, and they're all set. 1,500 metres with a good run. Away as Argyle Cut, a Nectar Twiglet on the outside, a length Ice Cream Sunday, one off the fence. On the rails then Ricochet Rosie, followed by Road to Glory. Quiet Queen midfield being ridden a bit. At the head of the others, All Stormy, followed by Happy Sailing right off the track on the outside of Just Trish. Further back Deep Pile, followed by Painted Blue, and then Starlight Angel, Fasciola, and Seasoning has dropped out last as they near the turn. 500 to go to Sooty, the leader, over Quicksilver Cindy, and looming up on the outside is Twiglet as they turn for home. On the fence, Argyle Cut, Ice Cream Sunday looking for a run. Ricochet Rosie is bailed up on the fence at the moment. Dittman is looking for an inside run as they come to the 300 mark. To Sooty led from Argyle Cut, Twiglet, and then Quicksilver Cindy, and Ricochet getting a rails run. Here she comes, the little grey mare. Ricochet Rosie has burst through on the fence, left them standing, and away goes Ricochet Rosie. Argyle Cut running on well, but Ricochet Rosie trots in, won by more than 2 lengths to Argyle Cut. To Sooty has run third, and then Twiglet, Quicksilver Cindy, Ice Cream Sunday, Deep Pile, Seasoning, and Painted Blue. All Stormy next, and then just
$4 and $1.90. Second, number 16, Argyle Cut, a whopping $38, and third, number 12, Tasuti.
And happen that way.
John, you get no prizes for tipping Superimposed, but I can remember Tulloch getting beaten. They've all been beaten, and it's not over till it's over. I think Superimposed will win, but stranger things have happened. If you're going to back him, you're not going to win a lot, I'll tell you that. Superimposed, it's in from to 2-to-1 on now. Going to pay $1.50 for each dollar invested on the New South Wales tote. So if you put on $10, you're getting 15 back if he wins. Sydeston is now out to 5-to-1. Castletown from New Zealand is at 14-to-1, 5.5-to-1 or 11-to-2. Dr. Grace, trained by the Dr. Jeff Chapman. Shazura, another New Zealander, proven weight for age horses at good odds at 20-to-1.
Impose a long odds on favourite. The gates open, and in the run to the top turn, Centro is attacked. Impose is going to have to do something sensational to win. On the turn, Dr. Grace and Centro come around the corner, well clear of Shazura. 5 lengths away, Sydeston, and then Superimpose, giving them a long start. He wanted to hang in behind Sydeston, and Beedman has to wrestle him across the heels of that horse. At the 300 mark, Dr. Grace again beat off Centro. Little Shazura down the outside might be the danger, and then Castletown. Superimpose will run last. Dr. Grace still in front. Shazura, as game as they come, is trying to pick him up, but she won't reach last year's Derby winner, and Dr. Grace leads most of the way to win the BMW. Second, Shazura. Third, Castletown. Fourth, Centro. Fifth, Sydeston. And 8 lengths away, stone last, is Superimpose. I give up for all time. Pass me my coat, I'm going home. It can't be. It is just not logical that Superimpose could finish how far? 20 lengths behind Dr. Grace?
He must have broken down. Let's find out. Something has...
Di ended up, in fact, with 4 winners for the day. Shazora pulled up sore in that race. So did the favourite Superimpose, jarring up badly on the hard track.
Very listless before the race. He ran poorly and he wasn't really himself for a day or two after it. And, of course, the same situation as in years before. We had to accept for the Doncaster if we were going to run on the Tuesday. And as it happened, if it had been run on the Tuesday or the Wednesday, he'd have run very poorly because he wasn't well. And anyway, towards the end of the latter part of the week, we were very happy. He started to pick up really well, and I'd say by Friday he was back to as good as he'd been before, and we were quite pleased with him. But as to what happened that day, I think it'll just remain one of the great mysteries of the turf.
Just 7 days until the Doncaster, an age of despair. Everyone was...
On the strength of his Rosehill Guineas win and the fact that he was proven over 2,400 metres, Surfers Paradise started favourite in the Australian Jockey Club's $1.3 million derby.
The late money, the early money is on Durbridge. Most punters here, of course, are settled for Surfers Paradise, with Durbridge a clear second favourite. At the number 1, Centro is paying at 6 to 1. Number 2, Durbridge at 4 to 1. Surfers Paradise is returning $2.20 for every dollar, so that's odds of just under 5 to 4. $1.20 for each dollar. Play on is a 16 to 1 chance. Another New Zealander, Lord Revenue, is paying $8.20, or odds of just over 7 to 1 to 25 to 1. Mountain Rule at 40 to 1. 100
and play on, led over Marine Drive, and there goes Surfers Paradise moving up towards the lead. Cool Reception 4 deep, Count De Beers is 5 wide. On the fence, Durbridge, who hasn't spent a cent so far, and then French Defence and Steineck, and further back is Seabit as they come around the turn, followed by Garter King. At the head of the others under plenty of pressure, Centro, so is Mountain Rule, followed by Shot of Comfort and Siegfried as they turn the corner. Heads are turned for home in the derby. It's play on, Marine Drive, Surfers Paradise and Cool Reception on the extreme outside. Here's Durbridge now. Durbridge switches across the heels of those leaders and he's going after them as they come to the 200. Surfers Paradise is gone. Cool Reception the leader. Durbridge trying to get to him. Mountain Rule is running on strongly. Cool Reception tackled by Durbridge. Mountain Rule can't get to them. Durbridge hit the front from Cool Reception. Mountain Rule trying his heart out on the outside, but it's Durbridge's derby. Durbridge won the derby from Cool Reception and Mountain Rule on the outside. Fourth is Garter King, a big run at big odds, followed by Strapping, then Shot of Comfort. Surfers Paradise was the first beaten when the pressure was on in the straight, and then Steineck and Marine Drive is the derby champion for 91. One of the handsomest thoroughbreds you'll ever see, and I'd invite you to have a close look at him as he comes back into the enclosure. He is one magnificent racehorse, Durbridge. He pays...
In the derby, Durbridge, ridden by Greg Hall at 5 to 2. He's now won his past 3 in a row, a fine staying effort. And
Durbridge is the first Group 1 winner for his sire, Durham Ranger, an American-bred son of the Star Kingdom stallion No Home. For Adelaide trainer Brian Murphy, the derby was his biggest career win.
7 days until the Doncaster, an age of despair. Everyone was under pressure. The horse, the stable. The public expected Chief Steward John Schreck, the sheriff, to at least order Super to barrier trial before the big race.
Common sense must apply when deciding each case as to its true justice and merits. And in the case of Superimpose that particular time, we thought about it, but he was coming back from 1.5 miles to a mile. He was being freshened up. We had the vets look at him nearly every day during the week. His feet were a problem at the time, and it would have been just unfair to the AJC, to the connections of the horse, to have made some sort of put some sort of restriction on him and kept him out of the Doncaster. Fortunately, things went right.
Things are different. Superimpose still 9 to 1, $5.20, just over 4 to 1 for Shaftesbury Avenue. Down to number 6, Ricochet Rosie at 9s. Comrade $9.70, almost 9 to 1. TAB number 13, St Jude, is still at 10 to 1.
Off and running in the Doncaster of 91, Prince Trialia, Bold Rancher and Superimpose are all slow to move at the start, and he's going to fire out on St Jude from the outside barrier. And St Rancher second last, and Superimpose, as he was this day last year, is absolute last as the Doncaster field goes to the 800 mark, and with the inside running dominant new post-elect Ricochet Rosie, Stylish Century from the Planet. Further back is Royal Creation, followed by Mocker, and Comrade is wide on the turn. Into the straight towards the 400 spot, the right Rock and Quicksilver Cindy are the two leaders coming over the rise. St Jude pulled out is going up to them quickly. His Post Elect putting in a run further out from the Planet, followed by Ricochet Rosie. Superimposed right down the outside. Here comes the top weight at the 200. St Jude, Livingstone Lane burst through on the rail. Superimposed down the outside. Livingstone Lane in front, but go Super. Superimpose is mowing down Livingstone Lane. Superimpose has done it again. He's done it.
Including his second Doncaster handicap.
Superimpose right down the outside. Here comes the top weight at the 200. St Jude, Livingstone Lane burst through on the rail. Superimposed down the outside. Livingstone Lane in front, but go Super. Superimpose is mowing down Livingstone Lane. Superimpose has done it again. He's done it again. Superimpose beat Livingstone Lane. Third either Royal Creation or Shaftesbury Avenue. Creation or Shaftesbury Avenue. And then Bowl Rancher, Post Elect from the Planet, Ricochet Rosie, Stylish Sensory, Mr. End of 280. Ken.
John, an absolutely super miler. If we've seen a better one, I don't know it. Doncaster in the space of 12 months. Top weight, came from last, left the others with no excuses. I take my hat off to him. I didn't think he could win today, but look at him go. And he knew where the winning post was. Superimposed just put his head out at the right time, grabbed Livingstone Lane, and in third place was the New Zealand man for his brother Lee, the trainer of Superimpose. He's ecstatic, and well he might be, and the crowd have just given the great horse an absolutely super ovation. The official margin was ahead. He came from stone motherless last. He won by a head, and on this track, which is getting pretty cut up, he ran 1:36.5. You'll see some great performances on the wide world of sports, but I don't think you'll see a racehorse to equal Superimpose.
Superimpose came from last to win, $9.80 and $3.50. Second.
Won by Superimpose, back from 14s into 10, a great miler. The 6-year-old also won the Epsom in the spring. Today carried the highest weight in a Doncaster since Gunsynd in 1970.
Superimpose joined the illustrious trio of Chatham, Gunsynd and Authentic Air as the only horses to have won the Epsom Doncaster double in the same season. Carrying top weight at 59.5 kilos, the 6-year-old boosted his career earnings to $3.27 million in winning the 13th race of his great career.
He won last year, Bruce. A fantastic performance, and Lee Friedman rated him the best post-war handicapper that Australian racing has seen.
Well, I guess you could get into an argument over that, but it would take some tossing. What a performance, what a horse. They say it's the toughest race in Australia to win. Well, Keith, I guess it happens about half a dozen times in a year when you get those tingles at the racetrack. That was one of them.
And for me too. Great run. Shaftesbury Avenue was a big run, and Livingstone alone all finds one to beat him in the big ones.
It's remarkable when you think back that he did run second in the Melbourne Cup now, when you consider that he's won the Doncaster twice and the Epsom.
Yes, and no horse had done that since 1946, 1947. It was an amazing run, and with a big weight. Weight is not a burden at all to him, is it?
And the thing about Superimpose too, he's just so versatile. We're about to look at how much prize money he's won, Keith. He's number 2 on the all-time list. They're all the modern-day champs, obviously, because of the prize money escalation. But he's right up there. He's gone past Horlicks and past Vaux Road and past Poetic Prince now. Second only to Better.
Speaking of... Tierce had his next start in the second leg of the Triple Crown, the Sires Produce Stakes.
Into the straight, Liquid Ruler, clear-cut leader over Canonise, holding Regina Madre in a pocket. Tierce has now shouldered his way into the clear, and he's rushed up quickly, and Canonise and Tierce have exploded to the lead together on top of the rise, with Tierce going to the front. Tierce hit the lead at the 200 mark. He quickly drew clear of Canonise. The filly Sade running on with Electric down the outside, but the slipper winner Tierce is going to win the second leg of the Grand Slam in great style. Tierce is sprinting away and wins easily over Sade. Canonise holding Regina Madre in a pocket. Tierce has now shouldered his way into the clear, and he's rushed up quickly, and Canonise and Tierce have exploded to the lead together on top of the rise, with Tierce going to the front. Tierce hit the lead at the 200 mark. He quickly drew clear of Canonise. The filly Sade running on with Electric down the outside, but the slipper winner Tierce is going to win the second leg of the Grand Slam in great style. Tierce is sprinting away and wins easily over Sade. Electric third, and...
But he had a good win. Tierce, the first 2-year-old since Foot on Aces 10 years ago to win.
Third, and Canonise...
Tierce outclassed his opposition in the Sires for a comfortable win. However, more drama was to follow as the colt returned another positive swab to Lignocaine. At the subsequent inquiry, stewards again allowed the result to stand. On this occasion, they...
was completely out of character, as we'll see later in the program. One of the stars from last season was the free-running 3-year-old Stylish Century. This season at Ford, the black horse had nearly drowned in a freak accident during swimming exercise, then travelled to Japan where he bolted before the Cup, but still ran so bravely. A welcome change of fortune came Stylish Century's way in the Queen Elizabeth Stakes at Randwick.
Over the rise now, Stylish Century again tackled by Comrade on the outside, and Comrade takes a narrow lead on top of the rise. They're clear of Liverstone Lane and Royal Creation, followed by Red Chiffon. Sydeston will run last. At the 200, Stylish Century fighting back. Again, he's got the measure of Comrade. Now Royal Creation on the outsiders coming after Stylish. Stylish still in front. Royal Creation trying his heart out, but can't pick up the little black marble. And Stylish
In
Century...
winning the third Group 1 event of his career, Stylish Century lifted his stake earnings to $2.26 million. The son of Double Century endured an upside-down season, but showed at Randwick that he still possesses that touch of class.
with Red Chiffon.
Stylish Century all the way with Kevin Moses back on board. Sydeston again a flop, but Castletown a good
performances. This was maybe the performance of the week. The Galaxy on Monday, Mr. Tierce, just watch for this. We picked him up with about 800 to go. He's the second last horse. Watch for the red cap in the straight. It's one of the best performances you'll ever see.
At the head of the others then is Rise and Shine as they come to the 600 mark. Prince of Rory is well back behind those horses, followed by Mr. Tierce and Sanction as last. To the turn in the Galaxy at Show County, Street Ruffian and Festal on the outside. With Me is running fourth on the turn, followed by Calgaran Town and then West Dancer. Joanne flat to the boards, coming over the rise about 6 lengths off the lead, followed by Varicos and then the Bullfighter and Rise and Shine as they come to the 200 mark. Festal is tackled by With Me on the outside. Show County's Me on the outside. Show County's gone. It's With Me coming at Festal. Varicos is starting to charge home in third place, but getting close to home. Festal, With Me, Varicos, and look at Mr. Tierce. He's going to beat them all. Mr. Tierce, the New Zealander, has come from second last, and that's his real form. In town and then West Dancer. Joanne flat to the boards, coming over the rise about 6 lengths off the lead, followed by Varicos and then the Bullfighter and Rise and Shine as they come to the 200 mark. Festal is tackled by With Me on the outside. With Me on the outside. Show County's gone. It's With Me coming at Festal. Varicos is starting to charge home in third place, but getting close to home. Festal, With Me, Varicos, and look at Mr. Tierce. He's going to beat them all. Mr. Tierce, the New Zealander, has come from second last, and that's his real form today.
The brilliant
Show County's gone. It's With Me coming at Festal. Varicos is starting to charge home in third place, but getting close to home. Festal, With Me, Varicos, and look at Mr. Tierce. He's going to beat them all. Mr. Tierce, the New Zealander, has come from second last, and that's his real form today. Mr. Tierce with a blinding finish, beat Varicos and Festal.
Well, we've been talking about trainers, Keith. It's a horse from the O'Sullivan stable. O'Sullivan said after the race that he's one of the great sprinters to have come out of New Zealand. That was a blinding finish.
Yeah, the first time.
It's been a tremendous...
The brilliant Mr. Tierce is rated one of New Zealand's best post-war sprinters. In winning the 7th Group 1 race of his career, Mr. Tierce established a weight-carrying record in the AJC's Premier Sprint. Mr. Tierce is undoubtedly the best sprinter sired by champion stallion Bletchingley.
Although there was a query about her stamina, Triscay started favourite in the $450,000 AJC Oaks. The Fillies Classic was one of the highlights of the AJC's Autumn Carnival.
They come towards the 600 metres mark, and it's Rockets Galore, the leader. In the corner, into the straight now, Rockets Galore, Hollyport, Lass Mannerism about to sweep up to them on the outside. All Mine on the fence behind them, and here comes Triscay. Triscay has loomed to them very quickly as they get to the top of the rise, where Mannerism is the leader. Dittman's got to pull out. All stops on the favourite Triscay. She's coming at Mannerism with 150 to go. Triscay and Mannerism, they're fighting it out. It's a tooth and nail struggle. Lee's Bid is rocketing down the outside. Triscay, Mannerism, Lee's Bid trying to get to them as they hit the line. Triscay, I think Triscay has just fallen in to win the Oaks from Lee. Ups on the favourite Triscay. She's coming at Mannerism with 150 to go. Triscay and Mannerism, they're fighting it out. It's a tooth and nail struggle. Lee's Bid is rocketing down the outside. Triscay, Mannerism, Lee's Bid trying to get to them as they hit the line. Triscay, I think Triscay has just fallen in to win the Oaks from Lee's Bid. And
Triscay's third Group 1 success of the season epitomised the courage and class of Australasia's champion 3-year-old filly. The AJC Oaks victory took Triscay's career wins to 13 from just 20 starts, and her stake earnings to $1.74 million.
Go to the all-age stakes, Group 1 over a mile, and just see this pretty special horse in top form, Shaftesbury Avenue.
100 mark, Stylish Sensory in his favourite role. Shaftesbury Avenue is moving closer though on the outside as they come to the turn. Stargazer dropping off a little. Pre-Record is making up ground, followed by Superimpose and Impressionist having a job to stay in touch as they come to the corner. Into the straight, Stylish Sensory about 3/4 to Shaftesbury Avenue. A length away, Pre-Record on the outside of Stargazer. Superimpose is now pulled to the extreme outside. He's about 4 off the lead, but Marshall hasn't moved on Shaftesbury Avenue as the big chestnut hits the front. Shaftesbury Avenue takes the lead on top of the rise. Superimpose wide out. Stylish Sensory on the fence battling on, but Shaftesbury Avenue with superior acceleration left them standing. Shaftesbury Avenue has blasted away from Superimpose, and it's a sensational win to the Avenue. Shaftesbury Avenue by 4 lengths to Superimpose. Shaftesbury is now pulled to the extreme outside. He's about 4 off the lead, but Marshall hasn't moved on Shaftesbury Avenue as the big chestnut hits the front. Shaftesbury Avenue takes the lead on top of the rise. Superimpose wide out. Stylish Sensory on the fence battling on, but Shaftesbury Avenue with superior acceleration left them standing. Shaftesbury Avenue has blasted away from Superimpose, and it's a sensational win to the Avenue. Shaftesbury Avenue by 4 lengths to Superimpose.
Shaftesbury Avenue avenging his unlucky 4th in the Doncaster. Much too good today, running even money favourite.
3/4.
Well, in his last 7 starts, Shaftesbury Avenue has won 5 Group 1 races, and Keith, I reckon he's the one horse in Australia that would really stretch Better Loosen Up's neck in anything up to 2,000.
Yes, up to 2,000, I'm sure he would. Actually, that looked a better win this morning, didn't it? He really stormed away from one of the best horses in the land, Superimpose. Fair way of putting it too. The best horses in the land, Superimpose. Fair way of putting it too. I think that Shaftesbury Avenue is the emerging star. He may be a Cox Plate hope next spring.
Max, and we're coming to one of the highlights of the day, the Frank Packer Plate. It's a race for 3-year-olds, Group 2. Over 2,000 metres. There's a very strong New Zealand representation in the event. And Bold Rancher, trained in Melbourne by Lee Friedman. He hails from the same stable as Superimpose.
There's John, I've backed him. He'll get back a bit, but let's hope he rattles home in time to get the cash in the Frank Packer Plate. Number 1, Play On the tote is at 8 to 1. Just firming a little now. We'll make him 7.5 to 1. About $8.50 on the tote. Bold Rancher, a dividend of $2.70. Close enough to 7 to 4, fraction under it.
Sir, on the extreme outside of the field, followed by Phantom's Hero. Further back in the field then as they go to the back is Knightage between horses. Bold Rancher got the backwash of a bit of trouble there, and he got pushed back past the middle of the field. And a good way back in the field at that point is Bold Rancher, who's cluttered up between horses, followed by Direco. Tusk Hunter is next, and then Secret Sam, and back at the tail is Banquo as they go to the 800 mark, and the leader Yucatan a half length to Knightage on the outside. In 3rd place, tucked away on the fence, Weekend Guest on the inside of Play On. Phantom's Hero 3 deep on the outside of New Acquaintance, followed by Shinvari. Further back then is Parry Harker, and then Majestic Mission flat to the boards, followed by Lanmercer, Tusk Hunter. Bold Rancher is back behind a wall of horses coming around the turn. Into the straight now, 400 out, Yucatan the leader from Knightage on the outside. Play On in 3rd place, and then Weekend Guest. New Acquaintance putting in a run, and going with her is Phantom's Hero on the extreme outside, and here comes the Rancher. Bold Rancher out of the Packers going after them quickly. He's got them covered, Bold Rancher. He raced up to head, New Acquaintance and Phantom's Hero, followed by Shinvari and Direco. Getting home well when it's all over, but Bold Rancher drew clear, and Bold Rancher wins the Frank Packer. New Acquaintance has run 2nd, and Direco has charged home to get 3rd. Then Shinvari, followed closely by Painter Man, and then Phantom's Hero. Wall of horses turning for home. Wayne Harris was able to steer him into the clear, and he absolutely motored home Bold Rancher, had them covered 100 out, and drew away to win brilliantly. Bold Rancher, Wayne Harris to pay $2.80 and $1.70. 2nd will be New Acquaintance, which is number 16, a place dividend of $3.50, and the Bolter 3rd, Direco, number 4, a place dividend of $26. Ken.
Yes, John, it's handy to have a good jockey. Even though he was back in the field, Wayne Harris never panicked. He always had Bold Rancher travelling well. And by golly, when he was 5 lengths off them, he had them covered. It sounds, yes, John, and it's pretty tight betting on this year's Sydney Cup. Punters want 3 horses, Castletown, Dr. Grace and Prezan. Let's look at the prices. Castletown is showing $4.20, the New Zealander. Odds of just under 13 to 4. King Aussie, last year's winner, is at 40 to 1. $3.70, Dr. Grace, almost 11 to 4. 20, I'm in Heaven. 25, Just a Dancer. And Magic Man is scratched. $3.80, Prezan. Just a little bit more than Dr. Grace. Odds of just over 11 to 4.
Now they're right. They steady down the gate. 100 metres to go, and it's Prazan, the leader. He's got a tendency to get away from the fence a bit. Dr. Grace's rider was in two minds there about poking up on the inside, but again Prazan got away from Dr. Grace coming to the top turn. King Aussie third. I'm in Heaven fourth, getting a beautiful run on the inside. A length to fill the bill, and then String Quartet and Castletown. A gap to Just a Dancer, followed by Din's Joy on the outside of Frosted. Further back is La Rosette, and Missouri Wolf after that bad start has tailed right off in the cup at the 800 metres mark, and it's Prazan the leader. Dr. Grace a length away in second place. I'm in Heaven has not come around a horse so far. He's getting a beautiful rails run, and then Fill the Bill, followed by String Quartet. Castletown on the outside, a gap to Just a Dancer. Further back is Din's Joy. King Aussie dropping out of it, followed by La Rosette and Frosted as they come around the turn, and Prazan leads them a merry dance at the top of the straight. There's a rails run there for I'm in Heaven. Prazan has been hanging for a good part of the trip. Fill the Bill has rushed up on the outside to grab them as they top the rise. Fill the Bill takes the lead. Now Castletown and Just a Dancer down the extreme outside. Just a Dancer has grabbed them quickly. Just a Dancer on the extreme outside takes the lead, 100 out in the Sydney Cup, and he is sprinting right away from them. Just a Dancer is killing them now. With every stride he goes further ahead, and Just a Dancer wins the cup in a trot, won by 4 lengths to come.
Rushed up on the outside to grab them as they top the rise. Fill the Bill takes the lead. Now Castletown and Just a Dancer down the extreme outside. Just a Dancer has grabbed them quickly. Just a Dancer on the extreme outside takes the lead, 100 out in the Sydney Cup, and he is sprinting right away from them. Just a Dancer is killing them now. With every stride he goes further ahead, and Just a Dancer wins the cup in a trot, won by
starting at odds of 40 to.
Just a Dancer easy in the betting at 25's out to 40 to 1 by Starway, a breed which rarely run that sort of a journey.
Just a Dancer produced his best form to equal the race and course record that was set by Apollo 11 in 1973. In winning the Sydney.
Not since the great Luskin Star in 1977 had a 2-year-old won the Triple Crown. Let's go to Randwick now for the Champagne Stakes.
Coming over the rise now, Musical Chairs in front. Di took a peep over the shoulder on Tierce. He's got the leader covered, and now Tierce explodes to the front. Tierce has dashed away on top of the rise, quickly put 3 lengths on High Precious, followed by Kinjate, and then Charday and Big Dreams, but it's shades of Luskin Star. Go Tierce. Tierce 100 out is well clear. Running on doggedly now, Charday in the last bit, followed by High Precious, but Tierce completes the Grand Slam. He wins the Champagne over the shoulder on Tierce. He's got the leader covered, and now Tierce explodes to the front. Tierce has dashed away on top of the rise, quickly put 3 lengths on High Precious, followed by Kinjate, and then Charday and Big Dreams, but it's shades of Luskin Star. Go Tierce. Tierce 100 out is well clear. Running on doggedly now, Charday in the last bit, followed by High Precious, but Tierce completes the Grand Slam. He wins the Champagne brilliantly over Charday. High Precious third.
Tierce is undoubtedly a top-class colt with an exciting future. With 8 wins from 10 starts, he accumulated stake earnings of $1.94 million to become Australasia's highest ever juvenile stakes earner. Passed in at the Inglis Easter yearling sale at $18,000, Tierce is owned by his breeder Richard Turnley, who stands his sire Victory Prince at Boscobel Stud.
Lights on, set. Racing now, beautiful start. St Jude began smartly, Thrifty Reserve dropping back. With Me began brilliantly, and she's burnt through the field to go to the lead. Lightning Bend moving up to be second. St Jude a length away third. The Bullfighter a little wide. Vo Rogue driving through in the centre to be fourth. Followed by Tiny. Coming down the side, Tiny's Finito a bit deep just in front of With Me. Lightning Benders with them, then Don't Play St Jude, Vo Rogue, the Bullfighter, and Thrifty Reserve last of all. Onto the corner, 400 metres out. With Me with the advantage of the inside, leads narrowly on Lightning Bend and Tiny's Finito, 3 wide. St Jude just behind them, then Don't Play and Vo Rogue. It's really on now, 250 metres out. With Me, she's kicked strongly. She's a half length in front of Lightning Bend. Tiny's Finito next on the outside, and St Jude is going for a run. There's not much room there. Lightning Bend in front. St Jude grabbed him. St Jude grabbed Lightning Bend and edged away to beat him a neck. It's St Jude first, Lightning Bend second. There's a great run. Thrifty Reserve flying home may have got third in front of With Me and Tiny's Finito. Then Vo Rogue, Don't Play, and the Bullfighter. Oh, how did he get through in the middle there, St Jude? How did he get that run?
Number 6, St Jude first at 7 to 2, followed by Lightning Bend and Thrifty Reserve at 33 to 1.
But big news, Triscay get up in this one?
Well, you'll want to know why if she doesn't, Max, because she is one of the best 3-year-old fillies seen out in many, many a long year.
She's had 21 starts for 13 wins, 4 seconds, 3 thirds, and she's already won about $1.6 million. To say she's handy is an understatement. She hasn't raced since the 3rd of April when she won the Oaks in Sydney over 2,400 metres. Jack Denham has been over...
Is at 10-1. Chimes Am, formerly from Brisbane, now trained at Newcastle, is at 7-1. He's actually second favourite on the tote. 280 Special Faith. And let me transpose this to about $1.60 now. We better make that about 7-4 on Triscay. She's just tumbled down from $1.70 to $1.60. Pretty short odds.
1991, here is your commentator.
As they come down the side, they've got 850 metres to go. Play On in front, a half clear. Second on the outside, Initiation and Phantom Skiro. Third, then Midnight Mistake, Rose Road. Followed by Sir Albadin and Royal Saga, Mighty Panache. Triscay and that bunch as well. Then and now the Joker, followed by Private Tutor the inside. Further back in the field came Chimes Am. Shortcut over on the inside. Blaylock's Bull a bit wide as they run onto the bend. Shinvari's next. Well back Special Faith with Amistara Marine Drive. Straightening up, 400 metres to go. Play On's the leader, a length in front of Phantom Skiro. Rose Road and Triscay coming to the outside. Running on is Sir Alberton. And then Blaylock's Bull 250 metres out. Well, let's see what she can do. Mick's got her stretching on the outside and Triscay went to them. Triscay's raced to the front and she kicked away from Blaylock's Bull. And Triscay start cheering for her, folks. She's good. She's racing away from them and she's going to win the Guineas. Triscay first, Blaylock's Bull second, Shortcut third. Followed in by Shinvari, Armistar ran on. Then Sir Alberton, Phantom's Hero. The next one in Chimes Am, Royal Saga. Then Special Face.
Well, she's done it again. The great Sydney filly Triscay. 22 starts for 14 wins, 4 seconds and 3 thirds. And her prize money is now getting up over the $1.6 million mark. Took her a little while to hit top.
$70 and Shortcut third, $16.
Soon after the AJC Oaks, runner-up Lee's Bid was purchased by Ian Bloodstock for $300,000. In search of Group 1 success and that important black type, trainer Vic Thompson sent the filly to Adelaide for the South Australian Oaks.
And then came Mirror Magic, Lee's Bid from last. Over on the inside of those as All Mine has been eased out of the race. Something's got a mess with All Mine. She's been pulled up out of the race. As they turn at the 400 metre mark, Ina's Way kicked a couple in front. Second placing on the outside now, Volcanic, still there, Vasadania. Special Sculpture getting into the clear in the Western Australian. Mirror Magic joins in. Lee's Bid is bumping, trying to get a run, the little filly. They're across the track. The Western Australian Mirror Magic reached the lead. Brighton Dolly is trying to cut her down. Lee's Bid, this bonny little filly is sprinting home like a gazelle. She'll bowl them. Lee's Bid, oh gee, she's tiny, but she's got a massive heart. She's won from... They're across the track. The Western Australian Mirror Magic reached the lead. Brighton Dolly is trying to cut her down. Lee's Bid, this bonny little filly is sprinting home like a gazelle. She'll bowl them. Lee's Bid, oh gee, she's tiny, but she's got a massive heart. She's won from Brighton Dolly, or on the inside Mirror Magic. They dashed away.
Lee's Bid is a daughter of Torfig, sire of the '89 Melbourne Cup winner Torrific. Lee's Bid was the only Group 1 success of the season for leading Sydney trainer Vic Thompson, and the first...
The field for this year's South Australian Derby was one of the best seen for several years. 3-year-olds from 4 states
wide, then Home Show followed by King's Design, Shawbreaker, Higginsville in the straight. Shiva's Revenge has reached the lead. Got a half-length Dubai Desert. All Mine is coming after it now. They were followed by Big Dermot and Sir Vender, but it's Shiva's Revenge in front. Here comes the filly All Mine. She's knuckling down. It's Shiva's Revenge from All Mine. All Mine comes at Shiva's Revenge. Shiva's Revenge drifting out under All Mine, but held by a length and a quarter. Third placing went to Brave Expect.
Coming off a win in the VRC St Leger, Shiva's Revenge gave Bart Cummings a record...
The sprint events is about to be run. It's called the Castlemaine 10,000, which is a bit of a misnomer because it does in effect carry about $400,000 in prize money.
Tiny's Finito 9-1, 25 Don't Play, 12 Arc Regal, 15 Plush Embassy, 25 Prince Trialia, 9-2 and a clear favourite St Jude, 25 With Me, 16 Barossa Boy, 16 Marimbula Bay, he's very well weighted, 6-1, Committal, another Sydney sider at 8-1 to be ridden by Matty Privado.
Stand by for a start. Racing Arc Regal began quickly near the inside. With Me began brilliantly out wide. Lightning Bender's going fast and Danjiki handy. St Jude fast away. He's up running fourth in the early part. Be Able driving through the field. Have a look at this charge in the early stages. The Bullfighter's going through as well to contest the lead, and Gypsy Rogue with that bunch, and so is Tiny's Finito. Regent Diamond next on the inside. St Jude after beginning brilliantly, drifting back to midfield. Then Committal further back, Deposition. Plush Embassy on the inside, Marimbula Bay. Barossa Boy caught out very wide. Thrifty Reserve back a about fourth last with Don't Play. Then Prince Tralia, Young Cabinier and Count Henri, they're tightly packed. And as they come down the side with 7.50 to go, Gypsy Rogue shows the way, a length in front, Be Able second. With Me is third, but she's trapped deep. Arc Regal next on the inside, followed by Lightning Bend and Tiny's Finito. Then the bullfighter Dan Jeeky. Back behind them on the rails is St Jude. Barossa Boy sweeping right around the field. Cometal going through in the centre. Regent Diamond, Marimbula Bay, Count Henri. Then Thrifty Reserve, Plush Embassy's well back with Prince Tralia, and Don't Play has dropped out last. In the home straight, 300 metres to go. Gypsy Rogue joined on the outside by With Me, and here comes Barossa Boy. He's dropping from the clouds on the outside. He's gone to them. Tiny's Finito now into second place. Marimbula Bay and Prince Trailia's running on. Barossa Boy in front of Tiny's Finito. Prince Trailia's coming at them hard, and he's going to do it again. He's going to win 2 10,000s in a row. Prince Tralia beat Barossa Boy. Tiny's Finito third, then Thrifty Reserve, Marimbula. Metres to go. Gypsy Rogue joined on the outside by With Me, and here comes Barossa Boy. He's dropping from the clouds on the outside. He's gone to them. Tiny's Finito now into second place. Marimbula Bay and Prince Trailia's running on. Barossa Boy in front of Tiny's Finito. Prince Trailia's coming at them hard, and he's going to do it again. He's going to win 2 10,000s in a row. Boy, Tiny's Finito third, then Thrifty Reserve, Marimbula Bay, followed by Dan Jeeky, and then St Jude. Regent Diamond was next, then Gypsy Rogue, who stopped Plush Embassy. Be Able
going to be around about 25 to 1 on most totes. Watch him steam down here in the Balmain colours, black and gold. Prince Tralia won the race last year. He looms up to the West Australian Barossa Boy, and that great horse Tiny's Finito holds on for third. Marimbula Bay fourth, and they're in about 7th.
Prince Tralia making it 2 10,000s in a row, ridden by Beaver Schofield. $26.70, yes, $26.70 and $6.80. 10 Barossa Boy second, $4.80, and 3 Tiny's Finito, $2.90 was third.
Tralia, the horse bought for the price of a beer, became the first horse since Black Onyx in 69 and 70 to score successive victories in this feature sprint. The 6-year-old, who had not won a race in between these successive wins, lifted his career earnings to $680,000.
It was then taken north to Queensland for a rematch with Triscay, who was considered by some a bit lucky to have beaten Lee's bid in the AJCX. Here's what happened in the Queensland Oaks.
She's hit the front now, Triscay, but Lee's bid is right there with her on the outside. Sterling Star behind them on the rails, and then Volcanic. Further back came Special Faith, and then Midwinter. Triscay's in front, 300 metres to go. The boys starting to get a little bit anxious. This is what we've been waiting for. Triscay got away from Lee's bid. Triscay a length in front of Lee's bid. Lee's bid trying hard on the outside. Dittman's gone for her now, and I think she's going better, Triscay. Yes, she is. The big crowd starting to roar for her, and she's too good, Triscay. Triscay first, Lee's bid second, Volcanic third.
She's only been once out of the money in her life. Triscay's reign as Queen of the Turf continues after beating the odds-on favourite Lee's.
Well, she's won 5 Group 1. Easy to be wise after the event, but I think when we look back, you'll think the 2 to 1 was one of the best prices about a good horse for a long time.
Yes, and although I'm a Triscay fan, Bruce, I think maybe a big field and a genuine pace, the result might have been different. 2 great fillies.
I think one's a weight for age horse, and the other's probably a 2-mile handicap. Eventually, Lee's bid's probably a cup horse eventually, don't you think?
Yes, I agree, Bruce.
OK, and said...
Triscay's win in the Queensland Oaks confirmed her status as Australia's champion 3-year-old filly, and in winning her 4th Group 1 event of the season, earned the right to be rated right up there with fillies such as Surround and Rose of Kingston.
Now, Brisbane Cup, Keith, this should be a good guide. The O'Shea Stakes, weight for age, not a lot of pace on again early. This is one of the best finishes you'll ever see. Spring Thor's 2 off the rails in the end, and Magnolia Hall's 4 off. Watch this, just a remarkable finish.
Watch for Just a Dancer. Some people thought Just a Dancer had won. He officially finished 6th.
It's an amazing finish. Let's go and have a look at the O'Shea Stakes.
Up towards the crossing, 650 metres out. Coconut Ice about to be joined by Glen Locken. Water Boatman third over on the rails, and then Donegal Miss, who's got Water Boatman in a bit of a pocket. Magnolia Horder's next, and then Equidity starting to go forward. Spring Thor is next on the rails, and then Cool Credit and Just a Dancer coming to the outside. In the home straight now, 400 metres out. Coconut Ice the leader, a neck in front. Donegal Miss has popped the big question on the outside. Donegal Miss is coming out after Coconut Ice. Now the bloke on Just a Dancer has switched him to the extreme outside. He's bringing him down the outside running rail. They're going probably a bit better out there, and he's coming after them. Coconut Ice, Donegal Miss, Just a Dancer on the outside. Equidity, have a look at this. Spring Thor, Magnolia Hall, they're right across the track. They hit it. Oh, 6 of them hitting the line locked together. Spring Thor is in a photo with Magnolia Hall, Equidity, Donegal Miss, Coconut Ice, and the tricky one is Just a Dancer on the extreme outside.
Well, that's a brilliant call by Wayne Wilson. Only an Australian commentator would say the bloke on Just a Dancer. But he picked the first two. I mean, he hasn't gone for the Manetti order, but they dead heated and acquitted.
I think he did well to name the six, let alone put them in finishing order. And Just a Dancer, that was, as you mentioned, the tricky one. It ran sixth. So Brisbane Cup point of view.
It's hard to imagine a racing season without a Group 1 winner being prepared by champion trainer T.J. Smith. This year, T.J. left his run to the last of the Group 1 Classics to do so.
Straightening up now, 450 metres to go. Triscay is in front as they head for home. Switching back to the inside, Dorset Downs coming after Triscay. Marine Drive into third place, and here comes Lee's Bid down the outside. She's coming after them, but Dorset Downs raced away at the 250. Dorset Downs got away. Lee's Bid now into second place, then Triscay. It's Dorset Downs leading the filly. Lee's Bid by a length or so. 100 metres to go. Dorset Downs is in front. Start cheering, TJ. This is your 35th blue riband, and Dorset Downs has won the derby. Dorset Downs first, Lee's Bid second, 6 lengths away third, Moods or Triscay, then Dr. Glass.
In winning the QTC Derby, Dorset Downs further increased Tommy Smith's world record for training Derby winners to 35. For Shane Dye, it was Group 1 winner.
For the Stradbroke, let's have a look what's happening there. Favourite all the rages, number 2, it's 6 to 4. And that, of course, is Rough Habit. Don't Play, a fifth die, 18 to 1, Prince Trialia. Isle, number 6. 12 to 1 for St Jude, number 7. It's 25 to 1 Arc Regal. Barossa Boy, number 9, is at 7 to 1. 7 to 1 Barossa Boy. 10 and 11 are out. 25 to 1 for number 12. And that is Stan Marrick. Hugh Clays, number 13, 20 to 1. Marimbula Bay, number 14, is at 20.
Set. Racing, the bullfighter began smartly. Don't Play was fast away and showing speed. Clay shortly after the start, and there goes Sonic Express driving through the field and going to the lead. Arc Regal and Brunch Time are caught wide in the early part, and so is Stan Marrick and St Jude. Rough Habit is getting back to worse than midfield as they settle down. As they run all, Don't Play, Young Cabiniad next, followed by Post Elect and St Jude going forward on the outside, then Marimbula Bay and the Bullfighter. Rough Habit's out about 4 horses deep, but he's starting to pick up ground now. He's moving up to about midfield as they come down the side, then Jack Attack, Thrifty Reserve. Isle is well back in the field as they come down the side with Acid Print, Thrifty Reserve, and last of all is Prince Trialia. Onto the home turn, 500 metres out. Clay's moved up on the outside of Be Able and ran to the front. Barossa Boy's there at the right time if he's good enough. Sonic Express just behind them. Brunch Time, Young Cabinia pulled to the outside. Rough Habit about 10 deep, but starting to wind up. He's coming after them now, the favourite. He's joining in quickly. Oh, Cassidy's confident. He snuck a look over the shoulder and he's hit the lead. 200 metres out. Rough Habit sprinted away from Barossa Boy and Clay. St Jude running on. But have a look at this. This is going to be one of the easiest wins we've ever seen. Rough Habit by 5 lengths. St Jude second. Barossa Boy third. Then Thrifty Reserve, Brunch Time, Clay's Post Elect, followed by Sonic Express. Next in Prince Trialia, Marimbula Bay, the Bull. Rough Habit about 10 deep, but starting to wind up. He's coming after them now, the favourite. He's joining in quickly. Oh, Cassidy's confident. He snuck a look over the shoulder and he's hit the lead. 200 metres out. Rough Habit sprinted away from Barossa Boy and Clay. St Jude running on. But have a look at this. This is going to be one of the easiest wins we've ever seen. Rough Habit by 5 lengths. St Jude second. Barossa Boy third. Then Rough Habit about 10 deep, but starting to wind up. He's coming after them now, the favourite. He's joining in quickly. Oh, Cassidy's confident. He snuck a look over the shoulder and he's hit the lead. 200 metres out. Rough Habit sprinted away from Barossa Boy and Clay. St Jude running on. But have a look at this. This is going to be one of the easiest wins we've ever seen. Rough Habit by 5 lengths. St Jude second. Barossa Boy third. But coming around the have a look at the winning margin, 6 lengths, so you can't offer any excuses for any of the beaten runners at all. 6 lengths the winning margin in favour of Rough Habit. Stradbroke handicap today. The total readout, $2.55 at $1.65 for Rough Habit, $4.50 for the second horse, St Jude. Barossa Boy returns $2.35, the Quinata $25.
A winner of the Queensland Derby at the corresponding meeting last season, the New Zealand-trained Rough Habit revelled in the heavy going to score an impressive win. The versatile...
In recent times, jockey Shane Dye has emerged as one of the best big race riders in the country. His strength in a tight finish is just one of the reasons for his success in Group 1 events. His ride in the Castlemaine Stakes was a fine example of his tenacious will to win.
Pull to the outside is Kinjite. He's running on. Zinder's coming into it. Good and fast Nazara Grace switching back to the inside. Then Natchez and Lady Nikolai. They've got 300 metres to go. Banya Boy joined by Kinjite on the outside. Zinder's coming at Kinjite. Die starting to wind up. Zinders on the outside, moved up to join Kinjite, and they're going stride for stride, Zinders and Kinjite. They're going to have a great battle in the run to the line. Zinders just in front of Kinjite. They're clear of Natchez. Zinders just in front, and then Zinders beat Kinjite.
Starting at 50 to...
Die starting to wind up. Zinders on the outside, moved up to join Kinjite, and they're going stride for stride, Zinders and Kinjite. They're going to have a great battle in the run to the line. Zinders just in front of Kinjite. They're clear of Natchez. Zinders just in front, and then Zinders beat Kinjite.
Starting at 50 to 1, Zinders responded gamely to Shane Dye's hard riding to win the Castlemaine. The son of Zephyr Zip is prepared at Randwick by Bobby Thompson.
The last of the 3,200 metre cup races of the season, we go to Eagle Farm for the Brisbane Cup.
300 metres out, Equidity and Spring Thor. Just a Dancer on the outside coming after them. He's probably got his nose in front, Just a Dancer. Just a Dancer in front of Spring Thor. Just a Dancer coming away from Spring Thor. Then Equidity and Donegal miss, but Just a Dancer, he's too good, Just a Dancer.
Just a Dancer's jockey, Jim Cassidy, was in great form during the Winter Carnivals, winning 3 Group 1 events, a feat never achieved before. Two of those wins were aboard the New Zealand-trained 4-year-old Rough Habit, who became the first horse since Divide and Rule in 1970 to win the Stradbroke Handicap 4X Cup double. Here's the second leg of Rough Habit's historic double, the 4X Cup.
250 metres to go. Rough Habit, 3 or 4 lengths in front of Stargazer, Cadeo Star, and then Post Elect. But have a look at this. Fancy picking up $250,000 as easy as this. Rough Habit is going to win the cup by 4 lengths. Rough Habit first.
The Cox Cup.
250 metres to go. Rough Habit, 3 or 4 lengths in front of Stargazer, Cadeo Star, and then Post Elect. But have a look at this. Fancy picking up $250,000 as easy as this. Rough Habit is going to win the cup by 4 lengths. Rough Habit first.
Sink and Equidity whipped them in. Now Cassidy says, OK, let's show them what we can do. And Rough Habit exploded to the lead on the outside, and the favourite shot about 3 lengths in front. 250 metres to go. Rough Habit, 3 or 4 lengths in front of Stargazer, Cadeo Star, and then Post Elect. But have a look at this. Fancy picking up $250,000 as easy as this. Rough Habit is going to win the cup by 4 lengths. Rough Habit first, tight second and third.
And he won the Stradbroke Handicap just as easily. 2 amazing wins, and it's no wonder he's favourite for the Caulfield Cup. Race Hope grabbed second, and the Absolute Bolter Multisync was third.
The Cox Plate is the race that John Wheeler will attempt to win for the second time with Rough Habit, the horse who emerged as the star of the Winter Carnivals in Queensland.